Hail Mary, full of grace. Hi, everybody. Welcome in to our live gem show. We're so happy to be with you today, as we always are happy to be with you. This is our twice a month, Robin and I in front of the screen, but a whole bunch of people behind the scenes putting together some really beautiful gems and jewelry and carvings and all kinds of things for you. So I want to welcome you in. We are in this weird eclipse portal. So if you joined me last night on YouTube, we talked about that. So the energy's been kind of funky. We're here for the conversation. I may need you to move that just because I can't fully see the feed from where I am. Yeah, but I do want that too. Your dog is licking your feet. It's very helpful. I keep thinking I want to bring Paxton here, but he has no boundaries. He's trained, but he wants to give it to you all the time, and so I just think he's a lot for everybody. Otherwise, he would probably be licking our feet right now. So welcome in. Weird times, good times. We're here for all of it. We're really happy that you guys are here. And so we want to kick it off without going too far down the rabbit hole of rules, but there are rules for what you are attending. So first of all, if you don't know where you are, that's okay. You're in an eclipse portal, but you are here at our live gem show. So everything we're going to show you today is for sale. Some things we have one of, some things we have a couple dozen of, and everything is at an incredible price. And some things, as Robin will tell you, are from our original website, but like at really deep, crazy, awesome discounts. And everything ships for free.
Within the U.S., and it's $5 outside the U.S. My favorite thing is to always say, don't be shitty shittertons.
Be nice to each other.
I know it's hard sometimes, but it actually makes people happy.
Well, it does. And we have to explain what could be shitty behavior. So, because some people are new. So, we want you to have a really good time, but we also want you to behave. So, what that means is don't bid on things if you don't want them, because it makes our team behind the scenes a little stressed. So, really be sure before you bid that it's something you really want. Be nice to each other in the feed and hang out and be good friends. And don't bid on things. You know when you do this, I'm going to tell you all about the thing and talk, and then I'll tell you how much it is, and then Team SG is going to say, oh, you know, whatever, rhodolite ring, $25, and then you can comment, but if you try to get ahead of that because you want to get something, it kind of throws the whole thing off. So don't do that.
Yeah.
So I wanted to clarify what Robin meant, because she is correct, but there's some details there. And then tomorrow you'll get an invoice. We have Affirm and Afterpay and other ways for you to split your payment over time at no interest. So that's always kind of a cool thing too. And you can use those to pay your invoice. And then one thing I want to tell you, and I will mention it again at the end of our time together tonight, we have a tumbled stone at sagegoddess.com. I don't want you to leave, but y'all know you can open another tab and be multitasking, and I'm very proud of you for that. I would open a tab and go to sagegoddess.com because we have 24% off on the website. Everything here is 24% off or higher.
Yes.
So the discount's already baked in. But at sagegoddess.com, we have 24% off with code HOLY. And this is, seriously?
I know.
The most beautiful Himalayan quartz I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you want to show that to them on the camera. That big one has a rainbow it's showing off, but they all have rainbows. Himalayan Tibetan quartz is one of the most powerful master healer stones for autoimmune disease. I've been working with it for over a decade for my situations. So if you shop at sagegoddess.com today, I would get the Third Eye candle making kit, which is super fun. You can make your own candles, and then I would get a tumbled Tibetan quartz.
It's really hard to find tumbled Tibetan quartz. You almost never see it tumbled. It's almost always natural.
I know, and it's almost always cloudy.
Yeah, it's usually really cloudy, but that's simply because of the carbon that is in that stone. It like really makes it so it has extra inclusions that give it that cloud.
Yeah.
But these are just beautiful, guys.
They're really pretty. One is going to end up in my bra, probably. Look at that one. Can you show them that one? I know. I mean, they're all really pretty, but... And they're like $3 and $5 before your 24% off with code HOLY. So I just wanted to ding your bell to make sure you were multitasking, because when we're out of that, we're out of that. This was just kind of a one-time special invitation to get Tibetan quartz if you don't have it already. I like it raw too, Tanya, but there's something about these tumbles that just is like floating my boat today. Okay, so Did I miss anything? Team SG? I always miss something, but it's okay. We figure it out later, and it's all going to be great. You look beautiful today.
Thank you. So do you.
You really do. Well, thank you very much. But you too. Like your eye makeup and your lipstick and your t-shirt. Like she's fully coordinated, and she's got party nails. Magics.
When you can't sleep at 1 a.m.
Do your nails. And they look beautiful. Yeah, you could totally wire wrap that Tibetan, and we don't offer wire wrap anymore because our team member who does all of that does all these other awesome things, and she's really busy. But you could totally wire wrap it and wear it. I would get a smaller piece if you're going to do that, because the bigger piece starts to look weird. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, you could pull it off, but I would do a small piece for the $3 pieces if you're going to wire wrap it. All right, y'all. You ready for this? So a couple things. You can totally come hang out, take notes, and learn. We love creating an educational environment for you. Robin is a geologist. I always call her our resident geologist here at Sage Goddess. She knows. If she doesn't know it, you don't need to know it. It's kind of like she's got her brain as an encyclopedia, and then I come in with the weird metaphysical, magical angles on things. So you will learn a lot, and you are totally welcome to come and just be with us in the space, and maybe you'll find something that you love.
Mm-hmm. I always find things that I love in the zoo.
Girl, I would take it all home right now. All right, so we're going to start, as we do, with a giveaway. We always start our live gem shows with a giveaway. Make sure you let your friends know we're live, and so that they can come and hang out with us too. Okay. Can we hit that with a flashlight from behind? Can I make wishes? Oh. I always think this looks like a vibrator, but it is a flashlight. Thank you to the folks at New Era Gems for the non-vibrator flashlight that we are showing you right now. So this is called Trapiche Amethyst.
It's actually a Trapiche Super 7.
Oh, I'm sorry, it is Super 7, yeah. So very rare to find that. You want to talk about the formation, because it's super big magic.
Yeah, so these are really, really cool. If you look down here, I'm trying to capture it in the light.
Ooh, that's a good shot, Robin.
So down here is where that trapiche is, and that's where you're going to see like the wheels of the spokes of that amethyst going through, and it looks like it's like triangles, which I think is really cool. It really shows the sacred geometry that is in there. And then up at the top here is where you're really going to see all that Super 7. So you're going to see your lepidocrosites, you're going to see your gothites, you're going to see your clear quartz, your smoky quartz. Of course, your amethyst is down here. Your rutile is going to be in there. And, oh man, I'm blanking on one.
What'd you miss?
I'm blanking on one.
Clear quartz, smoky quartz, rutile, lepidocrosite.
Gothite.
Amethyst.
Cacoxenite.
Cacoxenite. Whoop! Touchdown. The fact that she and I consistently do that without notes, I just want to say, especially being menopausal, I'm so going to pat myself on the back right now. So, Super 7 is a master healer. There's 2 pockets. There was originally one in Canada, and now there's a secondary deposit in Brazil. This is Brazilian. And so it heals trauma, it heals the body, it heals the emotions, it heals your soul. It literally does it all. And what I love about pieces like this is being able to apply it to the body. So if you're having nerve pain, if you're having physical pain, if you're having emotional pain, put it over your heart, put it wherever in your body is sort of like behaving badly. But I love these nice thick slices as a crystal healer to be able to do that. So I'm going to choose a winner. Super 7 is awesome, and we don't always
get it. And then sometimes you try to find it, and it's just not the quality that you want. You're not going to see those 7 elements. And it's like, that's one thing that I do whenever I'm looking, is I'm like, okay, can I see all 7? If I can't personally see all 7.
Well, we did have some Super 8 from India, which had the rose quartz additionally, and she and I really geeked out on that. But I do love the Brazilian, which is what this is, and that have the Trapiche in there too, which is the hub and spoke kind of, as she said, sacred geometry is super cool. So Charla Anderson.
It's a phantom Trapiche. There's a little phantom in there.
There sure is, girl. They did a beautiful job polishing that too. So anyway, congratulations, Charla Anderson. It is yours. And it's cool because you've been waiting to get your hands on a piece of Super 7, so today is your day. I'm happy for you. We're happy for you. Congrats. Okay.
Where's the next one? Did he put it in there?
It's sitting, I can literally see it, but I can't touch it. Sometimes when I reach over and get things, I get in trouble, so I wait.
I just grab.
You gotta have a waiter and a grabber. Sorry, Louise. Okay, so are we showing this one? Okay. So, our first piece of jewelry for tonight, I'm obsessed with this because we almost never have this Malicola in jewelry, which is chrysocolla with malachite that comes from the Congo. This one also has iolite, and it has the rhodolite garnets there. So you can see the iolite at the top, which has been cut and faceted into that hexagon, and then little rhodolite garnets, which are really powerful for inner child work, for healing your past, and then Malicola, which is malachite and chrysocolla together for divine feminine healing. Mm-hmm. So this becomes like your goddess shield pendant. But it also is iolite guides you. It's the stone that the Vikings used to guide their journeys.
Yeah, I love iolite because of that. Because of the paleochroic aspect of it, where depending on which way you look at it, it can be different colors. Mm-hmm. With the same aspect, when the light goes through it, it diffuses lights in different colors because of that. And it really helped them know which way to go, because even when it was cloudy, they used iolite and they used optical calcite.
Yep, and selenite too.
Yeah, to diffuse the sun through the clouds, and that's how they were able to just go everywhere without getting lost.
They were also Vikings, so I mean, it's just, that's her lineage, so I don't get to enjoy any of that. I don't have Norse lineage, but she does, and so it's like they're also just really smart, and that's what they did is voyage. So anyway, we have 30 of these. They're $134. The retail value is $199, and I think it will be your favorite pendant. I want to show it kind of on me just for scale because it is a substantial piece, and it has a huge bail. So you could put this, I would, on a longer chain and wear it longer because it will draw the energy wherever you put it. But it could also be a solitary piece for you. It's going to come on a 16 to 18 inch chain, and it could be worn alone. So I kind of love it either way. Iolite is becoming rare. It is true. And I'm going to tell you, this iolite is a true cornflower blue purple. I'll have her show you one more time, but this is the back of the pendant. We designed this, by the way, at SG and made it so it's custom for us. Most of our jewelry is, and it's always 925 sterling, and then the details are 18 karat gold. But I have not seen Malicola cabochons of this quality set into jewelry with garnets and iolite.
And I love how this one even has a bar of shadokite going through there.
It sure does. Yeah, it does. And she's pointing out the really kind of dark, deep blue that's the master healer in your Malicola deposits. Remember, these are all ores of copper. So the blue color of Malicola comes from copper.
It does. The blues and the greens come from the copper because as copper oxidizes, it turns green. And so when the copper is native in the earth itself and it mixes with the groundwaters and the other elements that are there, it's going to oxidize that copper and it's going to stain the other stones around because stones are porous.
That's right. I love it when she gives you all the nitty gritty on the geology. Honestly, I do. I love to learn, you know what I mean? And I love that, like, I still learn from you, and...
Oh, I learn from people every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
It's just like, you're going to hear something, and the way she's going to describe the geological processes might inspire you, and it inspires me. So, congratulations, you guys.
Well, I believe that everybody on this planet can teach something to somebody else, because everybody learns things different and understands things different, and just the way you see something might be different than somebody else, and when you explain it your way, it can trigger a thought in somebody else.
I don't think everybody's a good teacher, though.
Oh, no, not everybody's a good teacher, but everybody can teach somebody something.
And unfortunately, I think a lot of people who are teachers are not good at what at teaching. My best teachers are like kids, animals, team members here and stuff, but I often find that people, when they teach, get into ruts. You know, they teach the same thing over and over. You and I are always on our toes because it's like no day is the same, but Anyway, God bless you, teachers. I know your life is really difficult, but holy.
My mom was a teacher. She taught 8th grade science. And oh my gosh, like...
That's like operating a zoo.
Yeah. But she always, like, one thing that she always said and taught other teachers when they were, like, especially the new ones, is you can't just teach the way you learn.
That's right.
You have to teach, but you have to basically learn your student and see how they need to be taught.
It's true. I mean, neurodivergence is real. So anyway, I'm sorry. I most of you teachers are great teachers. I'm just saying some of y'all are, people get burned out. But people who are really good at teaching and are on fire for teaching and love what they do, there's nothing more beautiful than that. But I often find that my greatest teachers have been people who didn't have like a teacher hat on. They were behind the scenes. So, hi Kendra. She says, I'm going through a hard time lately.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'm happy you're here. I mean, we're kind of here to, keep it light and make you smile, and we're happy that you're here. So hopefully you can hang out with us and enjoy and learn something new and laugh a little bit. Yeah, totally. Yeah. It's when you learn from people, I think if somebody loves you, that's great. If they teach you something, I think that's the best. So, and I learned from you guys actually a lot. So when you guys just don't hesitate to share in the feed, if people are asking questions and we're kind of focused on the thing that we're talking about, don't hesitate to share your wisdom, because there's so many people who are live with us who are so knowledgeable. So you might also check the comments from people if you have a question, see what they say to you, because you guys are longtime practitioners and crystal healers and have so much to share. So
Exactly.
All right, darlings. Well, congratulations on your pendant. Love that. And now, I'm going to let you take it away on Uvite.
So I really love Uvite Tourmaline. It is, to me, it is... I'm so excited about it because it looks so pretty, and...
Well, let's give credit where credit is due.
Yes.
A beautiful shot on the Uvite. And the little orange crystals are the Uvite Tourmaline. And by the way, this is the first show, I think, where we've had Uvite and Dravite in the same show, which is kind of a cool thing.
And I'm really excited about that because Uvite and Dravite grow so close to each other that sometimes you can even find Uvite and Dravite within the same crystal.
They're saying that we're echoing, so Team SG, that can be really annoying. So I just want to make sure you guys are seeing that. I'm going to shut up because echoing is so annoying. Yeah, we're working on it. Let's see if that helps. Okay. So there should not be an echo now.
We're always in a rabbit hole, Wendy. Always.
Listen, I don't know how not to be in a rabbit hole. So, sorry. I tried to stop talking and tell you we were working on it, but it should be fixed now. Okay, so I want to tell you we have Uvite and Dravite. What's the difference? Uvite tends to be, I'll say it from the energetic and you can go into it. So Uvite tends to be sacral chakra and big time manifestation energy. Dravite tends to be root and earth star chakra and big time grounding energy. So it's more of a orangey cinnamon, super rare. See all the crystals here? Dravite is still super rare, so because we only bring rare stuff to these sales. So anyway, take it away, Robin, with Uvite on magnesite.
So these Uvite crystals, as you can see, these are really gemmy crystals on there. You can really see the sparkle on there. You can see the structure of how it grows. And if you look at the terminations, it does terminate the same way as you're going to see your Dravites terminate, or your black tourmalines are going to terminate. And the reason why... So basically, Dravite has a similar color, but it's a lot more darker, so it almost looks black.
Yeah.
Where these are lighter, and that's because it has extra of like that, the magnesiums and the aluminums that are in there to help lighten that color up. But it also, they're prismatic crystals. So with that, it makes it so they grow in these small needle-like clusters, and that's why it's like so small usually. You're not really going to find a big piece. I don't think I've ever seen a big piece of Uvite.
No, and so that's why it's cool to have it. And by the way, magnesite, I do want to really emphasize on the metaphysical side with this. This is manifestation. Mm-hmm. This is as you think, so you become. And so when people are working on manifestation, which this is the season, right? To seed your intentions, like a lot of us are planting in our garden. with the expectation of harvest, right? So, and energetically, you can do that too if you're trying to harvest health or wealth or love this year. This is the time to do it. We have 10 of these. Now, I do want to say these are extremely rare. The retail value on a 3 to 4 inch cluster like this should be around $500. So our price is $249. We have 10 clusters. If you're working on manifestation, this is more important than our Vedzonite. It's more important than yellow apatite. It's just we never have it.
Yeah.
Like I said, we have 10 pieces of this now, and it's just because we got lucky. So if you would like a Uvite cluster, 3 to 4 inches, and they kind of want to see it in our hands just to see size and scale. There is quartz in the matrix. Magnesite attracts what you desire. Uvite helps you bring your vision into reality. So all of that is happening with these clusters. Yeah, and we'll show you in our hand just so you can see the scale because it's sizable.
Yeah, they are sizable pieces, and I'm going to show it to you here because I want you to see. Not only are the tourmaline pieces really gemmy, as you can kind of see there, they're terminated, but you can also see here that the magnesite itself is terminated.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
So not only are you getting really high quality gemmy Uvite, you're getting really high quality gemmy magnesite as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, just a cluster of the magnesite without the Uvite is rare to find, especially like this.
Gemmy. You can find shitty magnesite, but you can't find super gemmy like this. And like I said, because there's quartz in the matrix, it magnifies all the energy of the stone. So anyway, congratulations. I don't have any smaller pieces. We never get any of it. So to bring these to you and have the 10 was like a super big find for us because we're always hunting for it. So we're stoked for you guys if you're getting one. Isn't that pretty? So, and I will tell you, if you're trying to manifest, some kind of like sexual, sensual energy, intimate relationships, this is like the ultimate stone for that. This should go on your sacral chakra altar. And a lot of the pieces have kind of a flat side, so they'll sit up on the side on their own, which is really cool.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah, just like that. So I would put that right on your sacral chakra manifestation altar.
And I like it that this big juicy piece is right there at the top.
And the fact that it's terminated on both ends, like I said, like that would be, if you found that crystal on its own, that would probably be $150, $200 just on its own for that double term crystal, and then you get the whole cluster. So that's an awesome piece for you. So congratulations.
Congratulations, guys.
Okay. Now, we have a really cool carving for you, and we don't always have carving. So I want to take a minute to talk about the energy of this piece. You know how I feel about wands. Wands are super critical for your practice. I use them every day and definitely in ceremony. This is a single terminated wand that has an eagle carving on one side and is almost an athame.
It is an athame. In my opinion.
It is, but you can use it as a single term wand too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I use athames as single term wands no matter what.
So an athame, if you're not familiar, is a ceremonial knife. We use it to open circles, close circles, cut energy lines, or narrow energy lines, which is more my practice. Eagle represents the element of air, direction of east. So it's all new beginnings, crystal clear vision, elevating yourself above the conflict of your life so that you can see things from a new perspective. And this is a phantom amethyst hand-carved wand. There's only one of these made in Brazil. And again, the eagle is completely carved by hand. It's $848. It's 8 inches. And there's Smoky in there too.
There is Smoky in there, and there's the regular. So you got Dream Amethyst here in the eagle, which is one thing that I think is really cool how they carve this, where it's the Dream Amethyst up here and then a Phantom Amethyst down below.
Yeah.
Because in Native American traditions, eagles are considered the messengers between humans and the divine. So they represent strength, courage, and wisdom. So having it be the Dream Amethyst up here, where you're connecting to the divine.
I like that.
And then the Phantom down here is like the energy's going through and shooting out the end of your termination.
It is. And like I said, I mean, if you a lot of you guys have been with us for the whole almost 13 years we've been with you. And literally last night, I used a selenite wand to open circle, but amethyst is perfect because amethyst comes from the Greek root words which means not, and methistos, which means intoxicated. So the idea was in ancient Greece that if you put a piece of amethyst in your chalice at night, you went to a bacchanalian festival and overdid it, you would not become intoxicated. So this keeps you in balance, in check, in general in your life, from overdoing things, from feeling, if you have erratic emotions, kind of brings them into check and balance. It keeps you, I will tell you, I don't think it keeps you from getting drunk, because I have tried it. I didn't really do it.
It's nice to cuddle with once you're already drunk.
But once you are drunk, it's going to make you feel more peaceful, and that's great.
I love how in the beak there's actually... Ooh, knock that over. In the beak there's actually a hole that goes through it.
Oh.
So you can actually see through that hole, and you can actually, like, even if you wanted to, like, send a wire.
I was gonna say,
there.
can I like, because if you could put that on a cord and wear it,
I'd say, come on, pendant.
right?
I was like, you could hang it on your wall, and you were like, you could hang it on your neck.
You can hang it right between the girls, and if somebody, you're like, oh, it's nice to meet you, and they're misbehaving, and then you can cut the cord, and then just say, oh, I don't know what that was. I'm so sorry. Didn't behave myself, but actually it would make a beautiful pendant. But
I just think
they're both right. Hanging these when you're not working with them is, because otherwise what are you going to do, like put it on a shelf, or like you can actually to Jared's point, put wire through that and hang it on the wall when you're not working with it. So yeah, someone lucky is going to get that piece, and I'm excited for you.
Yeah, congratulations to whoever gets that. This was one of my favorite things in the show.
That was a Tucson find. You never find it. And what's really crazy about carvings, I always feel like I want to tell you guys these things because we all take it for granted, even here. That would take someone, an artisan, 2 or 3 days to carve that eagle.
Yeah.
So think about that. It's like one person, one intricate process to create that for you. That's the magic.
It's all hand done, and I mean, from carving stones myself, you really it puts you into a meditative state.
It does.
So when you're carving it, like that meditation and the energy that you're putting into it, I believe all the lines and all the markings that is in there is holding that meditation and holding all that energy. And so it's like when you hold it, when you go to use it, not only are you sending out what it is that you have to offer, but you're sending out what that artisan had to offer as well.
It is. And it's always really soulful, deeply spiritual people who do the carvings. Like, you're not going to find people doing not sacred carvings like this who are not really anchored in their own spiritual practice. So we're excited for you guys. Okay, we still have, Timashi is saying, some of our Malicola pendants. So that's the shield with the iolite hexagon and all the rhodolite garnets for grounding and visioning and divine feminine healing. So we'll show that to you in case you missed that, because that is a gorgeous piece. And the pendant is $134, but we only have a couple of those left if you would like one. And congrats. Okay, so some of you don't have girls. Well, some of you don't have girls, but I call everybody's everything girls. I know that's not necessarily accurate or representative, but it's easy for me. And most of the time people get what I'm talking about. It's nicer than saying the other things I could say. Which I'm down for saying. None of the other words for the things really sound okay to me, so I just, you know what I mean? Do we have to have this conversation right now? I think we should move on.
I'm like, we got two boys in the room.
No, but so if I call them girls, but they're still gonna know what I'm talking about.
Lewis is like, what happened? Huh? What?
Pay attention. I'm just kidding. Don't pay attention. It's probably better if you don't. Absolutely do not pay attention to anything that I'm talking about right now. I know.
Spheres. Or should I have said balls?
No, that still is taking us in a dark direction. Okay. I don't know what to say. Now, I want to spend a minute on this because this is one of my favorite items of the whole show. I don't know if you know that. This is one of the coolest gemstone spheres we've brought you in a really long time. This is black tourmaline with lepidolite and muscovite. And it's a golden muscovite.
It is. It's a golden muscovite, but as I was looking at it, it's like the muscovite itself is ranging. There's some red hues to it from an increase of iron within that muscovite.
Yeah.
There's some that is so high quality, it's almost translucent when you look into it. So it looks similar to a quartz, but it's not. It's just this really high quality muscovite. And then some of it you can tell that it was a star muscovite because you can actually see the lines from where the star was. Even though it's polished, you can see that growth structure on it.
Yeah.
Which was really cool. And I mean, I love lepidolite anyway because of that lithium that is in there. It's so calming and so peaceful. And then the black tourmaline just makes it so it's protective at the same time. So, I mean, this is the I'm protecting my own peace sphere.
Oh, I like that, Robin. I really like that a lot. I was going to say, golden muscovite is the stone of inspiration. So this is also like, I don't know, when you're not feeling inspired, when you're feeling kind of disconnected from your art or your craft or whatever it is you do in the world, which we all have those gaps, right, in our creative process. So I love the idea of protecting your peace because I think she's right. And I also think it's like grounding into a new vision for how you bring your gifts to the world. So these are from Nigeria, by the way.
Yeah.
A lot of times the muscovites and the tourmalines will come from Brazil, but this is African, which I think makes it really cool. And this is one of our most affordable items of the show. So these are 2.5 to 3 inches. They're $69. The retail value is way over $100. So we only have 3 dozen of these if you would like one. And the black is black tourmaline. There's golden lepidolite. There's golden muscovite. There's even some just
purple
traditional lithium.
Yeah.
So you're going to see all those ranges of colors. And then there is quartz in the matrix, and you can see it there. So you can work with this as a centerpiece of a grid. And because it's solar plexus, it could also be manifestation.
It could, for sure. I mean, I like using golden mica and golden muscovite for the manifestation.
Yeah.
Simply because to me, it's a gentle manifestation. It's not, and so that way, it's like when you're manifesting, you can really kind of, to me, it's more moldable for what you're manifesting. So you can kind of, as you see it going, you can kind of like nudge it in the direction that you want.
I like that.
Whereas some of the harsher manifestation stones, it's like you ask for it, here you go, get it, but you get what they give you.
I like that. I don't have anything else smart to add to that. I really don't. That was a great, beautiful description of this. So congratulations if you're getting one. And we can show you if you want to see it in hand. I know sometimes those shots are beautiful in the light box, but it is also cool to see things the first scale in the hand. We're like, give me the ball.
I need the ball, man.
Yeah. Anyway, you can see it's not a little sphere. It's sizable.
I love the little flashies. I'm going to show you this little flashy because it's like catching my eye, guys.
Yeah. Wasn't that pretty?
That's the mica.
Yeah. Remember they used to take mica and grind it and make eyeshadow. So now we have synthetic mica, which is fine. But you can actually still grind mica. And then all those sort of like brown pockets are smoky quartz. So that's where you're seeing all the quartz matrix. So
yeah.
It's juicy. Congratulations. That's a good life choice.
I think some of this area where it's red, to me, even looks like a little bit of sunstone. I can't guarantee.
I was going to say it might be hematite, but yeah, it could be sunstone too. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I don't want to tell you for sure one way or the other, but I don't know. See what comes in yours. I'd love to you guys to tell me.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't, it wasn't like advertised as hematite or as sunstone, but I see what you're talking about. I'm picking up what you're putting down, Robin.
I love it.
Congrats.
Congratulations,
Cheers. We're stoked for you. How's it going, you guys? Yeah, really pretty energy, isn't it? And so many of us have sacral and solar plexus challenges. My solar plexus is always my chakra that's imbalanced for reasons we've discussed before. So it depends on what happened to you when the chakra was forming. And there's a free class on YouTube that I taught eons ago about the chakras and when they develop and kind of how that shows up for you. But the solar plexus chakra is developing during adolescence when a lot of us are being bullied at school and judged for how we look. And so if that happened to you, like it happened to me, being just kind of like mean girl stuff, then you end up as an older adult sort of compensating for that, right? And so solar plexus stones are really good for just strengthening your self-esteem.
I need to bathe myself in them.
As I always say, wouldn't it be nice to go back now with your wisdom and your strength and your throat chakra wide open and tell those kids where to go? But we have life experiences to teach us things so that as adults we have adaptive capacity. So, and then we work with crystals to do healing.
Oh, Tesla, I'm so happy that you enjoyed your surprise bag.
Aww.
I love putting those together for you guys.
She is the best person on the planet at putting together surprise bags, which we do have some in the show tonight, so we'll talk about that.
I got a really sweet letter today. It came here. One of you guys sent me a letter thanking me for the gift and the surprise bag.
Robin.
It almost put me in tears. You were so kind. I was like,
well, imagine, like, she puts, like, heart, soul, time into putting those together, so when you take a moment to write a note, that really is impactful. So thank you for doing that.
It made me feel so good.
What makes me feel good is Carnelian, because it's BDE. This is total. If you don't know what that is, I'll let someone in the feed explain it to you. We're coming up on Aries season now. We're in Aries season, and Aries is, full throttle, no hesitation, no resistance. Carnelian is a form of agate that also has chalcedony and quartz in it. And it is the Leo stone. Sunstone and Carnelian are like, when I see them, I purr. You guys are always asking for these bowls, and this is like the nicest quality of Carnelian bowls I think we've ever had. I mean, this one is blowing my mind. And this one too.
They're so beautiful, and
Look at that.
it's so hard to find Carnelian just naturally.
Give me the non-vibrator real quick.
Naturally rough in this size. Like finding a large natural Carnelian is almost impossible right now. And so finding it large enough to make these bowls, I don't even know how that happened.
This is the challenge. The struggle is real for us, because I'm always like, I want bigger spheres. I want bigger generators. She's like, good luck. It doesn't, like nobody's got that. So they have to start with a huge piece. And I'm showing you how these with the flashlight are so juicy that you can actually see through them. Not that you would need to illuminate it, but. So what is Carnelian about? It's the gemstone lapidary form of caffeine. So it wakes you up. It makes you alert. It gives you stamina to get through your day, to get through your, whatever you're doing, your exercise routine or your physical relationships, whatever you're working on.
School.
We only have a school.
Your work day.
Your job. We have 8 of these, so we're not going to spend a lot of time on them, and they're super affordable. So the 3 to 4 inch is $79.
I was just showing how even the big one you can see through.
It's gorgeous. You can use these different ways. You can put salt in them. You can use it as an ashtray. You can use it as a sphere stand, a smudging bowl. Just keep some of your tumbled stones on it.
Just think you put one of the Palo Santo cones on here.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can burn shit on it. So the small one is $79, I'm sorry. 3 to 4 inches. The medium is $149, 4 to 5 inches. And the large is $199, 6 to 7 inches. These are from Madagascar. I have 2 of the small, 4 of the medium, 2 of the large, and that's it.
That's
for
it.
Tonight. Yeah. So congratulations. It's the ultimate soap dish. I mean, if you have this as your soap dish, I'd like to be your friend, because I think that's really cool.
I love it on this one. It actually has the perfect little triangle, and that is from a natural formation and growth of the stone itself.
It sure is. Yeah. Remember, agate grows with chalcedony, and chalcedony grows with jasper, and jasper grows with quartz, because they're all friends. On a light stand, it would be bomb.
Oh my gosh.
But seriously, people will come into your house and go, what is that? You know what I mean? Or like you keep it on your altar, and it just is constantly, again, we talking about crystal healing is what we need to do. And I wrote The Ultimate Guide to Chakras, which thank you so much for supporting that book, because it's I think we've sold 300,000 copies worldwide. But it's still, in my opinion, the best book on chakras, so you can always go and get that book and read that to learn. But the sacral chakra, if you've had any kind of reproductive challenges, or you're struggling with fertility, or you are going through menopause, or puberty, or you are lacking desire, or passion, or stamina, or courage, like this is the ultimate stone for you to work with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yay.
Congratulations, guys.
Yeah, there, like I said, then there's 1,000 ways to work with it, and then you guys are always teaching us, like, oh, you do this with it, or I do that with it. I'm like, oh, let me think about that. We have our own kind of ideas about how to do this. So, okay. My birthstone. We're both Leos. Now I'm going to tell you, I think there's 2 stones in this sale that I bought. I sometimes I go rogue and buy things, and then I'm like, here, poof, this is for us.
And then I drool when they come in, and I'm like, where'd this come from? Oh, Athena brought it in. And I was like,
I bought it.
I'm like, of course.
Well, so I'm lucky. I have friends with benefits. So I have friends who mine stones and then write to me first and say, hey, would you like this? And so this is my friend in Pakistan. And these are terminated and in some cases double terminated Peridot clusters for under $100, but I'll just tell you, I don't have very many. I have 25 of these. I cherry picked them, so I think he had 4 dozen, and I was like, I just want these super juicy ones. So this is Pakistani Peridot, which puts every other Peridot to shame. You can see the crystal formation. You can see the termination. Peridot is the cornucopia stone, brings you all of the things you desire. And it is the birthstone for the month of August, which is when I was born, and a lot of you are August Leos. So $99, but I only have 25, and I don't have any more. He's shown me some cool things, and I have a couple things up my sleeve, but I don't have Peridot anymore, so if you want it, you got to get it. And these are 1.5-inch pieces. We'll show it to you, in hand, because it's cool. That's this gorgeous shot Luis is doing, but it is nice to kind of see it physically, too. And that goes on your manifestation altar. That goes on your abundance altar. Enjoy. I'll try to get more. What I love about this particular friend of mine who brings me goodies is it's always like 2 dozen of that, 3 dozen of that. He doesn't have a lot, but they're super juicy, so I was stoked for you.
Well, for me, I like it when it's something like that because
yeah.
You end up with something that not everyone has. Mm-hmm. And I'm one of those people that I don't want to look like or be like anyone else. I want to be myself. And so having something else that's like that, where it's like, yep, there's not many like this out there.
It's really true. I mean, like I said, and the pieces I rejected were not terminated, and I really wanted to bring you the prettiest. So what's cool about these two, when it's something that comes through me, I receive those things at home and do a little energy work with them before they come to the shop. So this has had a little extra massaging on my part. So enjoy. I'm really happy for you.
And then a little extra of staying on my desk because I didn't want to stop looking at them.
The extra everything. It's got an extra attention, extra love, extra. And you know, I mean, there's stones of abundance, right? Hessonite garnet, peridot, citrine. These are all stones that attract wealth to you. But peridot's always been known as one of the primary. Mm-hmm. And that grassy green color is just gorgeous. So, yay, I'm glad you liked it. I'll try to get more, but it won't be anytime soon because I've seen what he's got for the next couple of months. There's no more Peridot on the menu. So next up, now we talked to you about Uvite, Tourmaline, and then I mentioned to you that it's kind of rare to have Uvite and Dravite in the same show, which are some of the rarest colors of Tourmaline. Remember, Tourmaline is like sapphire. It grows in all the colors. Mm-hmm. When Robin showed this to me, I was like, are you kidding me? These are double terminated Dravites.
I remember, when I saw them, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Can you show them? Because they can't see what you're doing.
I was like, oh my gosh. And then I went straight to Athena. Have you ever seen double terminated Dravite?
And I was like, no. Okay, so if you want to know why we're geeking out, when she turns it to the side, you're going to see these kind of like triangular formations on the surface of the stone on the sides, and that's what we mean by terminated. So a double terminated stone is rare because it has to grow perpendicular to the termination of the cluster it comes from. So it's an anomaly in and of itself for both ends to be pointed naturally rather than one end being cut and the other end being terminated. And Dravite is a brown tourmaline. These are very dark Dravites. So
I'm trying to see if because here I can see it, so I'm trying
Yeah.
to see if I can get it for you.
But Dravite is on that border between brown and black. And, the difference, you can see on the edge of that. Good shot, Robin.
Yeah.
The difference is temperature. So, and the surrounding minerals as the stone grows. So it's brown and black are related, but they often grow in different parts of the world. This Dravite comes to you from Russia. It's $69. The retail value of these, you guys, is like $150 to $200. I cannot believe they're $69. And Dravite is for stamina, life force. It's very protective of your survival instincts. So if you're going through deep despair, deep depression, I'm always going to recommend Dravite to you as a way of kind of like pulling you up from the depths of life and helping you adapt, to your circumstances. It's a resilience stone for me.
It really is. I love Dravite, and it's like black tourmaline. When you hold it, you can just feel that
Anchor.
grounding, that anchor. It's heavier. Whereas with Dravite, when you're holding it, I feel it's like, to me, it's not just like a root chakra. It also goes up, because I feel it way up here too.
Me too.
It lightens you up, and it's like it transports you to a different state of being sometimes.
Yeah. And like I said, we hadn't had it. So something's good when Robin's like, hey, have you seen this? And I'm like, hey, no, I haven't. How many do we have? We only have, by the way, we've
I got
just
all
over
they
3
had.
dozen. No, I know you did. This is one of those things, like, I think we have just over 3 dozen of these, so it's like, there's no more double terminated Dravite, and certainly not at this price. The $69 is crazy, so. All right. Congrats. You're getting beautiful things tonight. Dravite for connecting you to your lower chakras, Peridot for heart chakra abundance, the Uvite for manifestation. Like, you've already gotten some cool things tonight. Stoked for you.
So yeah, on those Uvite pieces, they're so small it was harder to see, but this same formation here that you see with the 3, you're going to see on those pieces, on those terminated pieces. So if you look at those up close, you'll see this. And the thing that I really like about Tourmaline, when it terminates in these 3, I mean, if you think about it, a lot of things comes in 3. So if something happens to you once, it's usually going to happen again 2 more times. So whether that's good or bad, things come in 3s.
It's true. It's true. How do you pay for items? So hi Janie, welcome into the show, by the way. So I'm gonna talk about things, Robin talks about things, and then we tell you what the item is and how much it costs. And then Team SG, who has the gold box around their name, is gonna say the item and the price. And then what you do is you cut and paste their comment into a comment of yours and say sold. And like, if we have 36 pieces and you're one of the first 36, then you get one and we invoice you tomorrow. So we're stoked that you're here and hope that you enjoy it.
There was a good question they asked how
MSG.
about
termination.
Oh yeah, how it was to tell if it was real. So it's like a lot of times if you look on these, do you see all those natural etchings that are in there, those natural markings?
Yeah.
If you see a piece and it's completely polished flat, most likely it's not going to be a natural termination.
Yeah.
Also, if you look, you see how it's not directly in the center. This termination is a little bit farther off to this side. And then this one here, it's going to be a little bit off to the side as well. That's the way how tourmalines will terminate. It's very, very rare for that point to be directly in the center of the crystal.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it's like those are 2 ways to tell of whether or not it's real or not. And there's others, but we can get into that in a different type of class.
Yeah, so when people terminate crystals and in carving, which is okay, but we're always going to tell you if it's naturally double terminated or not. They're gonna do it perfectly.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be smooth. The point's gonna be in the middle. There's gonna be no etchings because those are called alluvial markings. They're usually caused by hydrothermal water in the formation. So that's how you can kind of tell. Like, nature's fingerprint sometimes is good but not great, and will often be etched so that you can really see how the crystal formed over time. You have black tourmaline in your car. Yeah, you know what? That's a great. I'm glad to hear that you do, Shelley, because black tourmaline. All the tourmalines have different metaphysical properties, but black tourmaline protects people, places, and things. So it's good to have in your purse, in your car, near the front door of your house. really good for protecting property and, you know, your belongings. So it's very smart. Can we move, is it possible just to move that a little bit more? Because I keep kind of peeking around the tablet to see the feed. Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's really good. Thank you. Yeah, Christine said she couldn't resist the Dravite because she has a piece, but she doesn't have this type of piece. So.
Oh, yeah.
Few of us do, darling. That's why Robin and I were like, eek. Yeah. Okay, now, I love this cuff. I have a cuff similar to this. It's not in Aqua Aura. Mine is in Ametrine from the same artist. I like big jewelry. I love Aqua Aura quartz. You combine that with the blue topaz, and this is a statement piece. It's got the dragonfly. This is a sterling silver cuff. The retail value of this cuff is almost $1,000, and tonight it's $749. And I'm going to put it on so you can see it, but it's cool that you get to see it up close. So what this artist does is he puts little gemstone spheres at your pressure points on your wrist, like your pulse points, and then does crazy, amazing, always one-of-a-kind design. So there's only one of these. Wow, so that's cool. And so Aqua Aura is a cosmic purifier. It purifies your energetic field, and that's a beautiful, crystal clear double charm. And then blue topaz is protective, especially of your voice and your authenticity and helping you live an authentic life.
And then as you can see, it's right there at your pulse point. So it also does a little bit of like acupressure on you as you're wearing it. And it helps to, and I love it that it's the aquamarine that's here at the pulse points.
Yeah.
Because it's the stone of magic. And so, just having that right there to circulate through your body.
Yeah, aquamarine, my friend Daisy in the UK always says that aquamarine is Merlin's stone, which I love the Avalonian traditions and magic, like the, all the legends of Merlin. But also aquamarine is both of my kids' birthstones because both my kids were born in March, and it's total emotional healing and nurturing, and whether you're a March Pisces like my daughter or a March Aries like my son, they both resonate with the energy of the stone.
Yeah, and then the Aqua Aura, it is 24 karat gold that they molecularly bond to the quartz.
Say that 10 times. I can't do it either.
I can't even say it once.
Molecularly. Why do we have words like that make your tongue do gymnastics to say it?
I don't know.
Oh.
And I learn everything by reading it, so I mispronounce things all the time. But with the 24 karat gold bonded to the stone, now you have created a stone that holds that energy, that solar energy.
Yeah.
And I think it's so cool that the gold, which is such a solar stone, turns it blue, which is such a lunar color.
Can I try it on?
You sure can.
Can I have it? I love his cuffs. What I love too is I have little fairy wrists. My wrists are 5.5 to 6 inches, so I don't want to bend this one down too much, because if you have this is a 7-inch sort of traditional size, but it's just, on my wrist it doesn't, I would have to really pinch it shut to make it fit. But you can see, it stacks nicely with other pieces. It's substantial, but it's lightweight, so it's not like it's weighing you down. But I do love, and if you wear it on your left wrist, then you receive all that energy, and then if you wear it on your right wrist, you send all that energy to other people. I like to stack my cuffs, so that's that bracelet. Isn't that pretty? This would be, I know it sounds funny, but I have already bought a holiday gift this year, because sometimes I see things for people and I'm like, oh, she would love that, or they would love that, and I know I'm not going to see anything like it again. So this may even be something that reminds you of someone in your life, and I can almost guarantee you we will not have any more double term Aqua Aura cuff bracelets this year. I don't think we have any others, so that could be something that's speaking to you for someone else in your life too down the road as a gift. So cheers. I love Daisy Foss too. She's you can find her, she does lives on Facebook every so often, and because I'm an insomniac, so sometimes I'm up in the middle of the night and I can catch her when she's doing her lives, so it's good to know that we have mutual friends. Okay, This is rad. This is, the gem show gets us excited because I've been working with gems and minerals since I was a teenager, so 150 years. But like, there's still brand new things I've never seen, like this.
Green zebrite. What? I thought zebrite was only red and pink.
I thought so too. So tell me more, Robin.
So, green zebrite is a form of feldspar with the smoky quartz. And one thing that's really cool...
P. Guai got the dragon for by the way.
Congratulations!
I didn't want to interrupt you, but yeah.
Oh, no, I like it when people get stuff. It's so fun.
Especially like the super one-of-a-kind pieces.
Right?
Like that's really exciting, yeah.
So, feldspar and smoky quartz is the two stones that make up a zebrite. And feldspar can come in a lot of different colors depending on what's in there. And with these, what turns it green is actually amazonite, which is another type of feldspar, but it's a mix of the peach feldspar and the amazonite that's giving you this color variation.
Yep.
I have not seen this before until we saw these. And
That was Tucson, right?
I
Wasn't it?
believe
Yeah, I
so.
think so,
I
too.
believe so.
So yeah, we're all kind of like geeking out on this. So zebrite, the reason they call it that is the lines of the inclusions in the feldspar matrix look like zebra lines, and because zebras are zebras, as they're pronounced in Africa, no two zebras are the same. Their lines are always different. So zebrite's kind of the same thing. She's got a rad shot on that right now because you can see the smoky quartz in the hexagon formation right there. So you're always going to have feldspar, which is a cosmic harmonizer, with smoky quartz, which is a cosmic equalizer and purifier, and then the amazonite, which opens your throat chakra. So you've got crown chakra, throat chakra, and root chakra in one. I'm going to tell you the price on these, and then so these are from Madagascar. It's a brand new find. Basically, it's a pocket where amazonite and zebrite grew together. So the I have 7 of the 5.5 inch for $89.
This guy right here.
That would be a good price for regular
Right?
zebrite that did not have the amazonite
Exactly.
inclusions. And then I have 7 of the 6 inch at $99, and I have 8 of the 7 inch at $129. Perfect centerpiece for a grid for harmony, authenticity, communication, protection.
But the thing that's also really cool about these is they also purify EMF energies.
True.
So, I mean, just having this anywhere where have like your computer, or if you sit there on your phone or anything like that has the EMF energies going off, this will help purify your area around it.
Yeah.
To me, you can't have too much of that around.
No, I think it's a good one to have. What also helps with EMF is just getting off your phone.
That's true.
I'm working on that. I'm not as good at that as I should be. But yeah, truly one of the rarest and coolest. We were all super excited about this.
But it also helps with clearing low vibrations.
Yeah.
So if you are just feeling like you're stuck and you're just kind of like, and everything's just like, bleh. So, if you're being a Tina, it'll help you so you're not being a Tina and you can be a Louise. I'm sorry, I've been watching Bob's Burgers.
Oh, I'm like, I don't know those references, so I'm like,
I do.
you guys probably do. I don't watch enough television, but now you know. Now I know. So yeah, so like I said, we only have 7 of the small, 7 of the medium, 8 of the large, and the retail value is like double because it's a brand new pocket. So we were really excited, and these were all handmade for us, so we're excited to bring them.
Yeah, and I mean these are really good quality, and these aren't like thin either.
Yeah.
These are substantial, good size generators. You've got the beveled edges on the bottom to really help make it really just special, and I mean. These came from our friend, right?
Yes, they're from her. And,
Yeah.
and she always has her. We have a friend in Madagascar who, like, when there's a new find or a new pocket, she's like right in there because she's like the first to get the red alert. So we thought that was really cool.
And then she's always like, look what I found, and she's just the sweetest
She's so good.
lady on the planet. So
I love it. Tammy says, as half of us are watching from our phones. I know. Listen, I'm as guilty of it as anybody. I'm just working in my old age to not be on my phone all the time. I have my favorite things that I watch, but I'm trying not to scroll too too much. Good luck, right? I live in social media, so it's like it's an occupational hazard, but
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, congrats, you guys.
Congratulations on these guys.
Okay, so we still have the amethyst wand is still available. Want to mention that was that hand carved eagle wand that represents the element of air and direction of east and new beginnings and clarity. And that wand was $848. It's 8 inches and all hand carved. So it's an eagle on that side, and it's a really beautiful phantom, crystal clear amethyst point on the other side. So one of my favorite pieces of the show, and it's still available if you'd like it. Zucchini. You know what? I saw you. I saw what you were doing there. Yeah, so congrats. And then we have 8 of the Uvites left. So again, if you're working on manifestation, that's probably one of the most potent combinations you can get in a sale today. And those are $249 for 3 to 4 inch clusters of Uvite. Yeah, there's a question about what stone will bring you a sugar daddy. I don't know. I've never had one, so I don't really know. I've always kind of been a sugar mama, so I don't really know.
You might need the programmability of quartz for that one, girly.
And listen, I mean, I no complaints. I like being independent, but if you're looking for that, I'm gonna have to leave it to the wisdom in the feed.
Prosperity stone. Maybe you might need a grid. I'm over here thinking like prosperity stone. Maybe mix it with like.
I'm like, have you
The
had success in
Malicola
this?
or something
Like, do you have expertise here? Yeah. I don't know.
I have expertise at getting what I want, but I don't know if I would call it. Maybe.
You heard it here, folks. He's good at getting what he wants.
Like divine feminine plus prosperity stone, maybe.
Do
Is
we-
that yin energy?
So what I am hearing is Jared needs to put.
I want to know what other people have used to attract me.
Your success.
And then I could tell you that.
I think Jared needs to make us a grid for a future sale of how to get your sugar daddy.
Dead.
No.
No.
Anyways, this is
Jared for the win. Jared's on it. We're getting a lot of congratulations and applause.
This detour was brought to you by the eclipse. What is our next stone, everyone?
Okay, so we're moving right along. We're actually talking about a perfume next. I know. You know what? We have fun here behind the scenes, and hopefully you can see that. Like, we were laughing right up until we started live with you today. Please make a sugar daddy grid. What is even happening today? This is in the feed. You know what? You don't need a sugar daddy. You're going to be your own sugar daddy. And now I'm going to talk to you like an eclipse teacher and tell you, no, you make your own dreams come true. You are Disneyland.
I've never had a sugar daddy, nor have I looked for one.
I don't really want that.
I don't either.
No, I'm not judging you if you do want one. If you do want one, may all of your dreams come true. I'm just saying, like, you know, I'm every woman. It's all in me. Okay. Grounded Rose long spray perfume. We're transitioning here. And I don't even know how to segue into this. But what I will say is this is actually a perfume. When we do our bath body design products in the live sales, we always do them at a special price, so it's more affordable than you would find on the website, just as a special treat to you. And Grounded Rose was actually a perfume that I made years ago based on customer requests. You guys wanted frankincense and rose, and I was like, that's a rad combination. So we had a body butter, and it always sells out whenever we make it. The difference between our regular perfumes and this is called the long spray. So we custom make these bottles, and I don't want to get it in all of our drinks, but one push of this, the mist lasts for, I think it's like 4 seconds. So it's like a room spray, but it's the same ingredients as our perfume. So you can do it to yourself or you can do it to your space. Frankincense is antibacterial, antimicrobial, antifungal. It removes negative energy. It's grounding, it's stabilizing, it's ancient, right? Frankincense resin grows throughout the Middle East and throughout Africa. It's one of my favorite of all time. And then the rose kind of lightens it. It's natural rose in here, so it's for passion and desire. And so these are $27. I don't know what the retail value is on this.
$39.
$39. Yeah, so it is 9 ounces of the mist which is rose absolute, which is centifolia rose, and then frankincense, which usually we use the Carteri, which is sort of the main frankincense that you see in Bath and Body products. So if you would like the long spray at a crazy price, we have these, but not a ton of them. So congratulations in advance. And like I said, if we didn't have beverages here, I would just go shh, spray you. Somebody's gonna screenshot that. Poor Luis needs it. He needs a grounded rose for all of our hijinks there in the
He's like, what?
I don't know what to say. You want sovereign perfume for magical sabbatical sisters. Duly noted. I have to go back to the OG recipe and work on that for you. So, but I appreciate you asking. It's always nice to know what you're looking for. And yeah, the spray bottle is refillable. How cool is that? So you just do the twist here, and it can absolutely be refilled. It's so good. I mean, you know real rose when you smell it, and this is, like I said, Rosa centifolia, which is the...
It smells so good.
It's so good. Look what I'm doing. Because I don't want to spray it, but I do want it.
Oh my gosh. It reminds me... I smell that, and I instantly get transported back to my grandmother's house.
Really?
She grew the most beautiful roses. And they always just bloomed big and beautiful and made and it's like something about her roses is it's like when she would go out and pick them off, because she would pick some off of her own plants and put it into a container.
Yep.
And then leave them around the house, and they would stay beautiful and smell great for such a long time. I've never had a rose stay perfect for as long as hers did.
Roses are magic. You know, I'm lucky because my mom gave me rose bushes for Mother's Day every year, and so I have a couple of heirloom rose bushes that were gifts from her, and I make rose water at home that a lot of you have seen me do. So it's really good as a facial toner. It's anti-aging, and so it's easy to make, so if you grow your own roses. But the next best thing is to have the pure Rosa centifolia essential oil.
It smells so good.
You kind of have to go with us on this one and just trust the process, because when you get it, you're going to be like, oh, I'm so glad I got this. Especially if you're like, frankincense and rose, what would that smell like? But it's divine.
It smells...
I'm going to rub it all over myself. This is one of those ones where you're like, oops, I spilled it. What a shame.
Whoops, I don't know where this one went to.
Thank you for asking. Zoe's birthday was nice, and can you believe Nick is turning 17 on Easter Sunday?
There's no way. No way.
Dude, I almost have an adult.
No way.
Bruh.
Oh, no way.
Low key, almost 17. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You just smelled it.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, so thank you for asking. It's crazy that my kids are 15 and 17.
There's no way.
Yeah, I mean, literally, like, they used to run around the warehouse.
I
and
know.
Like, oh my God.
I remember when they were little, and they were running around the warehouse and playing with the tumbled stones. Oh my God.
I love this age, though, because they're almost grown, and so it's like, it's fun. I've enjoyed each age that my kids have been at, but I really do love having almost adults who are, like, able to talk about things and see who they're becoming. You know what I mean? That's bussin' no cap. It's giving adult. It's giving not living with me anymore. It's giving empty nest. I know. And then I will say goodbye and start traveling. I'm not one of those parents who it's like, oh God, what am I going to do with myself? I'm like, well, first I'm going to Mexico for a month. And then when I'm done in Mexico, I will figure out what I'm going to do.
And I'm coming along, right?
Of course, darling. Pack your bags. Put you in my suitcase. Lydia's daughter's birthday is the same day as Nick's. Did you have the same anxiety? I did not want an April Fool's baby, and I was in early labor, and I was like, listen, I was talking to him. I'm like, yeah, you got 12 hours. I'm not going to have a child for the rest of his life. Be like, April Fools. It was something I was thinking about. So anyway, cheers. Okay, yeah, we'll make a little list. Thank you for giving us ideas of of the things you're looking for, because we do try to keep track of that too. All right, well, moving right along. You're already guessing what this is, which I love. It's kind of like crystal trivia, but I don't think you're gonna guess it because This is a tricky one.
I love crystal trivia.
I know. Do you want to blow the surprise, or do you want me to?
You love what the stone is.
Oh.
You start with the sea.
Happy birthday to all the Aries, by the way. I'm so happy that it's Aries season and no longer Pisces season because I was really over it for a minute. Love you, Pisces, but you cry a lot and it gets sad. So now I'm ready for the boom pow of Aries season.
Aries.
Go Aries. So this is chrysocolla from Peru, but it's dendritic. Which again, Robin and I had never seen this before. So Michelle Nacello was right on top of it with the dendrite.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell those formations. Dendrites, and she'll tell you the geology of it, but dendrites look like fern. It's the little black inclusions there, and it almost looks like it would be a fossil, but it's not. But to find, and dendrites are always about manifestation and growth. So they kind of like, they chart a path for your future. And then chrysocolla is, of course, the divine feminine. And these are 2.5 to 3 inches. They're $79, by the way. We only have 12 of them. The retail value is like $129.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll show that to you up close and in person, but that's a great shot too.
So one thing I really like about this is the dendrites that are in there, they do look like little ferns. They look like little tendrils going in there. But it's actual manganese that has grown through the stone, and that's what you're seeing is the manganese actual growth pattern and how it would grow if it wasn't like broken down and demolished.
Yeah.
And one thing that's really cool is when it's in a copper-rich stone like this, this chrysocolla, it makes it so it really enhances and absorbs that manganese, so you can really see the structure.
Yeah, cool. The contrast. Can we hold it real quick just so we can show them up close? That looks good on your hand. You look like a king. You know, kings wear these big gemstones like pinky rings. Like,
I need to get that today.
at a moment, yeah.
You are a king.
Thank you.
He has king energy. So yeah, there you go. And I love the fact that there's it's almost like a bicolor chrysocolla because there's definitely darker patches and then lighter patches. Yeah.
You see the darker in there, and then you see the lighter here, and that's just the amount of copper and other trace elements that were around it. So when it's going to be lighter, there's going to be less of the copper because there wasn't enough of that trace element to really enrich the stone itself. And then the darker areas are going to be where it was like a really strong push of that copper that's in there.
Yeah.
And so it's really cool. And if you look at chrysocolla or any copper-based minerals from different countries, they're going to have a different variation based off of...
That's a good point.
How much the copper is tarnishing, basically.
When you think about the Congo, right?
Yeah.
And then the differential there, because it tends to be more intense, and the Peruvian tends to be a softer, almost a chrysoprase type green, which I do like that about it. I don't have a preference, but like I said, we had never seen dendritic chrysocolla before. It's just it's a rare combination. How does it look with a light under it? From Krista or from Karen, the thing with the opaque stones is they don't illuminate well. You know, a stone's going to illuminate better for you when there's opacity, and this is or when there's less opacity, and these are highly opaque stones.
Yeah,
but
so
beautiful.
see, it's like if you put a light, it's not really going to do much.
It sucks it up and takes it away. But you also, if it wasn't opaque, you wouldn't see the dendrite formations as clearly as you do. So again, manifestation, divine feminine, throat chakra, so like becoming your fullest vibrant self and stepping into your potential and your power, and so congrats.
Congratulations, guys. This really is a goddess stone, because chrysocolla is a stone of the goddess.
That's so true.
And to me, it's like, and there's areas of little quartz in there too.
There sure is, little veins of smoky quartz.
There's little veins of smoky quartz in there, and having these dendrites, to me, it's just like, basically, this is the goddess giving you her power.
What you got?
Dendritic chrysocolla.
Speaking of the goddess giving you her power, I don't know how to segue. Isn't that pretty?
Chrysocolla.
Very
cool.
With dendrites.
I love it.
It's not a blue stone, so it may not be your
You
favorite.
know what?
But...
No, it's chrysocolla, and it's just got copper in it. It's turned it green. How cool is that? Hi, everybody.
So yeah.
That's rad. How many of those you got?
We had originally
We had
12
12
of them, so I do think
Why do you say
there's-
originally?
Well, I mean, I don't know how many there are left. Or did
Oh,
you take
I thought maybe you kept one.
No.
Or
No,
eight.
I'm like, right
I
this
was like, how
moment,
many
I
did you keep?
don't know how many we have.
Oh my gosh, how you doing?
You got something special and something rare today, you guys. Congratulations, Dave in the
That's
house.
right.
He is snacking. I can hear him smacking, but
It's
I think it's gum. Something's always snapping.
Miss you.
Cheers,
I
everybody.
don't know you missed me.
Yeah.
Miss you though.
I don't think they missed the gum, but they
No.
probably miss you.
Enjoy, you guys.
All right. So congrats. So good to see you. Yeah, Jess said hi, Barbara. Blast from the past. And Barb. The old days, everybody. Yeah. It was fun that he popped in. My nerves are snapping. Listen, between the eclipse and me having done plant medicine ceremony lately, I got zero tolerance for anything right now. I will tell you how it is and not apologize. I'll be nicer and softer after the eclipse window's over. I think we do still have some of the long spray grounded rose. So if you'd like one, you can say sold grounded rose, $27.
It never hurts to just say sold.
Yeah,
I want
because
this.
you know we may have one for you, we may not. So and sometimes people will back out. You know, it doesn't happen all the time. But so if you really want something, say sold, and we'll try to get you.
Never hurts.
Yeah. All right. Well, congrats. So far, you're doing really well, everybody. You've gotten some really cool things. This next palm stone, I have a lot to talk about with it, but I want to. I'm sure you do too. The zeolite family of stones from India is a broad umbrella of stones that includes your apophyllite, your heulandite, your stilbite, and others. But this is the first time, at least for me, that we've had stilbite with red heulandite palm stones. And by the way, if you talk to people who cut stones and carve stones and they cut zeolites, they're going to tell you, you know, shoot me, it's hard. Like, it's just everything breaks and shatters. It is an extremely fragile stone combination, and they're more likely to break it than to finish it.
So true.
So the loss is crazy.
So true, because in the zeolite family, it's a mixture of 26 major stone groups, and then within those 26 major stone groups, it's like there's so many other subgroups underneath there. But with there being so many in that group of family, it's going to range from a harder stone to a softer stone to a porous stone to a brittle stone. And whenever you have a stone mix like that, and it's next to each other, when you go to carve it, if you don't understand how the stones and how they work, you're going to end up with divots in them, because it's going to be higher where it's a harder stone, and then lower where it's a softer stone, and then it's going to break on a fracture. And if you look,
I'm just going to tell you how much it is, and then I'm going to let her keep going because she's got all the things to tell you. These are $49. I have 23 of them. Okay, ready, go.
So if you look in here, like, you see just the blade structure, all of those areas, if you don't do it right, that whole chunk's going to pop out and fall out.
Legit, it will. And actually, you know, sometimes when you see carving, if they haven't had a master carver do it, you'll see like big old chunks missing out of it. Now, I want to talk about the metaphysical of these two stones because this is a cool rare fusion for me. Okay, so heulandite is Atlantean by legend. So there's not a lot of stones. There's Lemurian stones, like Lemurian quartz and stuff like that, but we often like focus on Lemuria. We don't talk about Atlantis, which was an ancient civilization, I believe I was part of. Like all the Egyptians, Mesopotamians, they were all Atlantean, right? So that's the origin seed story of a lot of the parts of the world where we have roots. Whether you have physical roots there or spiritual roots there, we believe we're Atlanteans. So the Lemurians were here to do this experiment in unconditional love, and the Atlanteans were here. We came in with language, structure, architecture, mathematics, philosophy to build structure around what the Lemurians created. So heulandite is thought to be an Atlantean stone, and then stilbite is for dream recall. So this could be a really cool one if you're trying to like tap into your Atlantean roots and remember past lives and things like that. If you believe in all of this, which by the way you should, because there's a lot of architectural and scientific evidence for these major seed civilizations that populated our planet. Anyway, it's super cool. I'm super stoked for you. This is a good one to keep by your bedside.
Yeah, because it soothes your stress and worries away.
Yeah, it does.
for the still bite in there. It helps with dream recall as well. So if you're struggling to remember what you're dreaming about, it's a good
So
stone to
beautiful.
have next to you so you can remember what that is and remember what it is that your guides are trying to tell you.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's nice to have a stone at night. Like if you wake up in the middle of the night and you're anxious, like I have some touchstones near the bed. I tend to keep lepidolite there. I've got pink fluorite there. I've got.
I have a big piece of sugilite next to my bed.
Well, that's rad. I would expect nothing less from you. Then. That part. Yeah, so you can put it under your pillow. Also, palm stones. I don't know if you saw my teachings over the last couple of, at this point, going on decades about palm stones, but like you almost can use them like a bar of soap in your energy field to clear them. So it's in addition to being just the perfect size for meditation and laying on the body as a crystal healer, you can work it through your field too. So, what's good for nightmares? Sodalite is the dream catcher stones. Sodalite really helps you if you tend to have bad dreams. Although I would tell you other things to do. Take a magnesium bath before you go to bed. Don't watch any television. No caffeine or stimulants. Make your bedroom a sanctuary. Focus your thoughts before you go to bed. What you think about for the last 30 minutes before you go to bed sort of dictates what kind of dreamtime experience you have. So a lot of people will write to me and go, oh, I have nightmares every night. And they're like, what are you doing before bed? And they're like, watching every horror movie I can find and talking to my dramatic friends and as much caffeine as I can. And it's
What's
like,
interesting is that I feel like I like also before I go to bed, like prepare for my next day, and I should probably stop
Aw,
doing that.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like thinking about like the meetings you have the next day. or
check,
the
check,
things you
check,
have to
check,
do.
check.
Yeah, I should stop doing that because that's
No.
probably like
And do you know what the number one thing is that people can do to shift that is candles in your sleep area. And I recommend tea lights because you can light them and not worry about blowing them out.
Yeah.
But it changes the environment. The fire element is a purifier. So when we work with the elemental, tools. So light tea lights before you go to bed. I have tea lights like a shipping container of tea lights at my house because of how many I go through. But you don't have to worry about blowing them out or, put it up high away from your animals. But commit to playing good music. If you follow my SoundCloud account, I have dozens of really good high vibe playlists that you can play. Light some candles, take a magnesium bath. That's just Epsom salt. And don't have stressful conversations. And don't watch shitty television. I mean...
What about true crime podcasts?
No
No,
true crime podcast. Do you know what was giving me nightmares? Is I was watching The Crown before bed. What a fucking buzzkill that show is. I mean, you know what I mean? Like the monarchy is just a hot buttered mess, right? And they're all depressed and anyway, not to judge everybody, but I stopped watching The Crown and I swear my life improved.
What works for me is listening to audiobooks. When I'm having
But
insomnia,
what kind of books though?
well, when I'm having insomnia and when I'm having troubles with nightmares, I like to put on a favorite audiobook. So something light, something nice, something
Like
that...
Curious George?
Well, I love Curious George.
I just bought a Curious George book yesterday.
it was one of the like old school like the
Yeah.
like original. Oh my god.
Yeah, in the chocolate factory.
Yeah,
It
but
brought
it's like...
back memories of my kids.
But yeah, listen to an
I was kidding. I
audio...
don't think you're listening to Curious George before you go to bed.
I might be reading it to my son, but you never know. But...
But like things that bring you joy. So
think of a book that brings you joy, and whenever you read it, it just makes you happy.
are you listening to the author's voice?
It depends on what I can find.
Oh yeah.
So sometimes it's the author's voice. Sometimes it's just someone that's narrating it. But listen to a book like that. It's something that you don't have to pay attention to because you already know what's going to happen.
That's true.
Turn it down really low, not so low you're struggling to hear it, but low enough so it's not like shocking to you, and it really just soothes you to sleep. It reminds you of like your parents reading a bedtime story to you.
It does remind you of that. I like ASMR stuff too. Like sometimes not the weird ASMR.
Winnie the Pooh, yes. I love Winnie the Pooh. I have an
Um,
18-month-old at home, guys. I have all the kitty books, and I love them.
Yeah, they're super cute. Bedtime stories on the Calm app. I'm not familiar with this, Samantha Wells, so thank you for that recommendation. I'm always looking for new things to do, but I have my recommended playlist on SoundCloud is Fave Ambient. So it's a 12-hour ambient playlist that is all done in the same frequency, so it's not going to go up and down and up and down. And a lot of people turn that on and go to sleep to that and wake up to it, so I highly recommend it. So cheers. was a fun conversation. A lot of times your questions lead us in some really interesting directions. By the way, feel free not to buy this ring. I would absolutely love
everyone
it.
in this room has tried it
I'll
on
buy
today.
it.
So.
Because we will all buy this ring.
Sisterhood of
So
the magical citrine. Of the traveling citrine.
I cannot believe how
Is that
beautiful
what-
this
is that what
citrine is. The carat size is huge. It's all done in sterling silver. It is adjustable from sizes 7 to 9. It's $499. It should be $699. So anyway, absolutely feel free never to buy this ring, and one of us will buy it. But I would love for it to go to you if you feel called to it. I don't want you to feel pressured. As your sister, don't sisters do that? Like, no, you know what? I'll take that off your hands. You don't need to worry about that. So, but somebody, if you're feeling called to it, citrine is the wealth stone, and this is a natural citrine. It's not heat treated.
And one thing I really like is this is actually sterling and bronze accented.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Tilt
Isn't
your
it?
hand like to the side slightly so we can see to just like how far that like.
Come on,
sticks
Leo, work your citrine over
out.
there.
It's just like
There you go, Jerry.
the side profile
So,
of it is beautiful.
Luis had it on his pinky finger, and he looked like a damn king. You know how the kings used to wear those like big, like, just on as a pinky ring, right?
Still
I mean,
included that.
yeah, I was just like, look at that over there. So anyway, congratulations. If you're taking it, I understand. We will all celebrate you. And then if you feel like you want to send it back, just loan it to me for a little while, and I'll send it back to you. We can do that. It's like a dress that we share. Anyway, cheers, you guys.
Sisterhood of the traveling ring.
Yeah, no, Jared was right. So other people are recommending the Calm app for bedtime stories and sleep music. So I just want to, again, say thank you for that recommendation, because a lot of us struggle with good sleep. Who got it? Christine. Christine Rose got it. Cheers, darling. It is a beauty. It is one of the most beautiful rings of the whole show. So we are celebrating you.
Yay!
Glad you didn't feel pressured to buy it. Okay. Tasmania.
You're never gonna let me live that.
I wasn't going to say anything, but I will never forget, because now I'm always like, Tasmania. Because she was saying Tanzania, and I'm like, people like, now it's screwed up for me forever in my head. I'm like, Tasmania.
Actively, like, it's already been rewired.
Tasmania. This is the only stone we import from Tasmania. It's called Atlantisite, and it's for having good boundaries from people who should not be taking your time, energy, magic from you. So it's about, like, in life, we can't avoid people. Like, we're human, we're meant to interact. I mean, we can't avoid people, but, by and large, we have to have jobs and go to public places, and so we have to interact with other human beings, and that can be very stressful. This is one of the most affordable items in the show. These are 1 to 2 inch Atlantisite hearts for $29, but it's the combination of Atlantisite with stitchtite that makes this particular stone, the green and the purple. We love that combination. But it's about, like, are you able to move easily in the world and not take on other people's problems and issues and challenges as your own?
And I really like that, because, I mean, so many of us, especially in the work that we do, we take on so much because we all want to help others.
True.
And so as we're helping others, we're taking on their burden, when that is not what we need to do. We need to be able to help them with their burden, not take it on for them.
Sylvie, can I get a bodysuit out of it? Yeah, here's your armor, Sylvie. I feel like that. Can I get a helmet made out of it? Like a breastplate made out of it?
But it's just like, I mean, I really like it, and it's like, I love that this is carved into a heart,
Yeah, me
because, I mean, when you're doing that and you're helping people, it is very much heartfelt, and so being able to have something that makes it so it's like you can help them with it, but not take it on into your own heart.
Yeah.
It's a great representation.
And that isn't just about boundaries. For me, not taking on other people's energy allows me sustainability in my practice. Like, if I was constantly just trying to fix, change, and solve things for people, I wouldn't have been able to do this job for 13 years. So I think it's about, like, you want to help and you want to lean in, but you also want to recognize you're not the one that is creating the healing, right? There's a higher power that you can teach about and channel, but it's not actually you doing the work. So that gets you out of that position of feeling like the savior. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that really does make sense.
Yeah. So congrats. I knew this would resonate with you. We have had some jewelry before. We don't have it tonight, but it's good to know you're interested because we can, see if... Oh, do we have it? I didn't know we had... Did we have it on the sheet tonight?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm going to shut up. I did review my sheet, but I don't remember the jewelry in Atlantisite, so... we do have it, and you'll see it soon.
Right, I was like, this is where I get chaotic, and I'm like, oh, could I just...
No.
Robin just looked at me, so I'll give it at least
Yeah, we all
2
got the
minutes,
look.
and We'll see.
So anyway,
I might
yes,
break
you
things
can
in.
have jewelry, apparently. Okay. Yeah, Millie said, I'm so putting that on my desk at work. Tell me I'm not allowed to throw it at people. So that's not how this works. I'm teasing Millie because she absolutely knows. But
Even here, you get in trouble for throwing rocks at people.
yeah.
Yeah.
There was a meme on social that said something like crystal healing because it's illegal to punch people in the face.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, congrats on that note. Okay. So not Atlantisite jewelry would be this are we going to the Metatron's cube? Oh, we are.
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I love these pieces, and Robin will tell you, like, we've had these in a few different stones over the years. It's a 3-dimensional Metatron's cube. Metatron's cube is the sacred geometric shape that includes all the other geometries. So all of the 5 elemental symbols, includes the flower of life, the seed of life. So it's like the Metatron is the highest of the archangels, and Metatron's cube is the highest of the sacred geometric shapes. So if you take that kind of 1-dimensional Metatron's cube representation and you make it 3-dimensional, this is what you get. I like to use these as wax seals and also put perfume on them and stamp the Metatron's cube on my skin. It's just kind of a ritual thing that you can do. Sorry, my eyelashes are sticking together today. So we have, these are in iolite. I honestly can't believe the price. They're $84 for 3 inches. We should show them in hand, but that shot is beautiful to show you how translucent that iolite is. So this is earth, air, fire, water, spirit, creation, manifestation in one divine shape. And then, like I said, you can melt wax and use this as a seal. You can put perfume on all the points and then stamp your skin with it before ceremony. Isn't that cool? And they're all handmade. So it looks kind of purpley, AJ, but it's a purpley blue because it's iolite. So it's kind of like the pendant. The iolite in that pendant also had that kind of cornflower color to it. So yeah, these should be about $120 for these. So the prices are amazing.
Just like how I said with the iolite in that pendant, the reason why you're seeing it in different colors is because of how the stone is. It's paleochroic stone. So depending on the light, it's going to change the color of what you're seeing. So it might look more purpley now, but then when you get it, it might look more blue inside your house. And then you can take it out and it can look purpley again, or vice versa. It just all depends on how dense it is. This piece has a little bit of sunstone in it.
JC, please tell Violet I said hi. Little sweetheart. Mwah, from Auntie Athena. Yeah, you're welcome. And I'm glad you asked because it gives us a chance to talk about concepts like pleochroism, which there are a lot of stones in the gem and mineral world that are color change or multicolor. Pleochroic comes from the Greek multi, and is it crois is the original word?
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, for color. So some stones are color changed. This one is multicolored. And sunstone grows with iolite, so sometimes
that's what I was saying. I found a little piece of sunstone in it right
some
here.
Sunstone in there.
There's a little piece.
Isn't that cool?
And so
There's also some green tourmaline in there.
There
There's
is.
some rad
and each one's different because it is natural stone. You're gonna see different parts. There's some more sunstone right there.
See the little shimmer, and it's like an orangey color. That's your sunstone in the matrix, which is not uncommon, but you may not have it in yours, so you'll have to look and see what you get.
And it's really cool because it's like with the light behind it, you will be able to see through.
Oh, it really makes the sunstone pop when you hit it with the flashlight. That's cool. So yeah.
One thing I think is really cool is the name Metatron came from, it was named after the archangel Metatron, who oversees the Akashic records. So that's one thing that I think is really cool. Is it's named after the archangel that holds the records of time, and to me the Metatron's cube is also a symbol of each person.
Yeah.
And so to me we're writing our own record as we live.
That's smart.
And it's named after the one that keeps it all, he like archives us.
Yeah, he holds it down. I love that. Metatron.
Congratulations,
Which also has
guys.
Greek origin. Everything has Greek origin.
You're making me think of my big fat Greek wedding again.
Give me a word, any word.
Everything
show
has
you.
Greek origin. I was like a true Greek person would say.
Because that's actually not true. Like, some things are Latin and, not Greek. So.
Have legitimate other origin points.
But here's the thing, I don't like
For
any of
you,
those
if they're
words.
not-
Those words all suck. So the
Latin.
good
Who
words have
uses
Greek
that
words.
language?
Every single time I bring up something Roman, she changes it to the Greek version.
And I'm Roman. I have Roman lineage. Like, I legitimately do. So I should not make fun of the Romans.
That Roman society, it's a myth. It didn't happen. It was Greek.
But the Romans were barbaric. I'm just kidding. That's also a very Greek perspective.
I was just
And
saying,
again,
I
I'm
read
not
like a lot
judging.
of like Catalyst poetry. I was like, maybe true, but maybe fun too.
Yeah, no, and there was a lot of sexy things going on as they were writing those Latin poems. You know. Anyway.
Sorry.
Listen, you can raise the dead with Latin. You can't do that with Greek. So I will say right now, I studied Latin, and I used to teach the Greek and Latin origins of English to college students, which was one of my favorite things to teach. You guys have asked me to teach it to you a bunch of times, and I keep thinking I'm going to do it one of these days, but it's so not sage goddessy to teach you, like, root words. But I'm good at it. But seriously, I mean, with some of our Latin prayers and incantations and original magic, you can work some serious stuff, and there's really no Greek equivalent of that. So, yeah, somebody give me some Windex. Okay, we only have one of these. This is gorgeous. You know how I feel about these Tibetan silver pieces? They're my favorites. So we tend to have like one or two pieces in every show. And they don't make a lot of these pieces, but this one is Smoky quartz with rainbow moonstone. It is big. I don't have a size, but you can see it there. I think it's probably about 3 inches from door to door. And it's $179 for protection, and then, which is smoky quartz and transmutation, and then rainbow moonstone is about manifestation. So yeah, somewhere Millie is laughing. Millie is my Greek soul sister. So we have our little Greek sister jokes. So congrats. Yeah, I honestly, at some point, I think I am going to teach it and just see who's interested, because you should bring your kids if I do it, because it will help them in school. You know, so many of their their classes, like think about geometry and think about almost anything, you benefit from knowing the roots of your words. So Millie's crying.
We want to do more stuff for Apothecary too. We got to find out a way that you guys can make requests to me, and then we'll try to make some stuff happen.
Yeah, I think
So
that'd
we'll
be
put
good
that
too.
on the list.
Yeah, one of the things I'm going to be teaching in Apothecary soon is poetry, because I love writing poetry, and it's such a great way of condensing big thoughts and emotions into a small space. But there are some principles of poetry that I think would be helpful to learn if you're not trained as a poet. So we'll get to that too. Magical words in Greek, yes, and then maybe some good Latin incantations and spells. That would be fun too. Okay, this is one of the stars of the show. And so this is the Sri Yantra. Again, 3D. And I think it's kind of cool that we have some of these really amazing geometric shapes, but in a 3-dimensional structure.
Yeah.
So can you do me a favor and turn it on its side, Louise, so that the flat part is facing the camera? Or Jared, yeah.
So then my fingers are so busted today. Robin has the cute fingers. Okay, it's on its side.
Okay. And then wait for it. So when it comes back around, I want you to look through the flat side, because when you look at it that way, these are made out of quartz, by the way, too, and they're all hand carved. So I'm going to teach you about the Sri Yantra in just a minute. But as it comes around here, wait for it, but look when you need to, you're actually going to see the Sri Yantra in the carving. Do you see it? Ready, go. So the Sri Yantra is a representation of all of the energy lines that run through your body, that run through the planet. There are 108 chakras in your body or energy centers. The Sri Yantra is a representation of the fact that 54 of those chakras are masculine and 54 are feminine. So there's 54 masculine lines in this shape and 54 feminine lines, which make up the 108, which is all of the energy in your body. And then again, it's made into a geometric one-dimensional shape, and then we see three-dimensional carvings. This is the coolest centerpiece of a grid you can possibly have. Again, for manifestation, for masculine, feminine balance and integration, for physical healing, because the Sri Yantra, it's said that when you look at the Sri Yantra, it heals your body just by looking at it. And these are $43. We have 50 of them. Our original price on these was $61. Okay, that's what I got on Sri Yantra. Sometimes people just call it the Yantra. Isn't that gorgeous? So again, if you saw a one-dimensional drawing of it, that's what you would see. But then we make it 3D, and it's like a temple almost.
Well, the thing is it's like not only that with these, but it's like when you look at it this way, when it goes up, it also represents the at least in Hindu religion, the 3 layers of the world. So you have your upper world, your middle world, and the lower world here. And so it's like it's balancing all of that into one.
Yep.
And so when you use it as the center of the grid, it's bringing all 3 of those states of being into manifestation, because it's also this shape and this sacred geometry brings in physical manifestation of all your desires.
I cannot say that these are for sure Himalayan quartz. I'm not sure that they are. So, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know exactly. I mean, it is so crystal clear. I would say it's either Himalayan or it's Brazilian.
Yeah. I mean, these literally, there's no inclusions. It's almost too clear to be Brazilian. So I think there's a chance it's Himalayan, but we can't guarantee it, so I don't know. But it looks like glass. That's how you know you've got good quartz, is it's eye clear, or they call it water clear. No inclusions in it, but it is real. So super, super excited for you. Aw. Hey, Babs. Yeah, I'm glad that you're loving it. Yeah, it's if you have not worked with the Sri Yantra in meditation, it's some people draw it. And I'm not going to be doing that because drawing is not my gift, and then it's really hard to draw. I'm not, that's not my talent. But I have friends who draw it, or they'll grid it, they'll build grids, or sometimes you'll see Buddhist monks who will make the Sri Yantra out of sand, which is crazy that they do that. But you've seen some of those as well. So, hi, Rebecca. I see you tonight, darling. I know sometimes it's hard to know if you're being seen. Reminds you of a ziggurat, yeah. Which are the Sumerian sort of temples that they built to reach the sky gods. So it does have that kind of temple. That's why I was saying temple, or kind of that like sky god channeling temple thing energy going on. No, Jessica can attest. I sometimes will need to draw things for my students, and I will draw like the worst stick figures you've ever seen. But what I always say is, you get it. It's not like you're like, oh, what are you trying to draw? It's just bad. You know what I mean? Like
I think you put your drawing skills down too much.
I really...
Well, then I show my journal next to your journal, and it's like, ah.
I spend like a week doing mine in preparation.
Meanwhile, I'm like 10 minutes later, I'm like, well, anyway. Thank you. I like to think I have other things to offer the planet. And I shouldn't be doing anyone's bookkeeping or accounting or any mathematics, and I should not be drawing.
I tell people that here, though. Like, there will be sometimes people, like, ask me to accomplish a task, and I'm like, I just want to let you know I'm not the person for it. Like, there will be mistakes, and they will be hard to find and fix, so I just shouldn't touch it.
Do you know how many people here come to me, can you check my math? And I'm like, okay, I just go over everything.
It's
and I was
just
like,
other things, like,
here.
if there's like 4 to 5 steps in a system or process and they all must happen, correct, not the person. Because
I wasn't paying
can't I
attention
get from
in those
step 1 to
classes,
step
though,
5 in like a different way?
Yeah. No, and when there's no creative workaround, I tend not to be your girl.
No.
I'm always looking for and then we can skip this step and just do this other thing.
I'm
It's
gonna
like,
look at the
math
picture
doesn't
at
work
the
that
end of the
way.
instructions and be like, I can get there.
Except there's 10 screws left over when you're building furniture.
Yes, but I'm like, that's fine. They said extras.
It still looks good.
And
Okay.
I'm the type of person that just goes, oh, just give it to me so I can do it.
I know. Because we're painful to watch, and you know it. Okay. I think these are absolutely incredible. And what I want to tell you first of all is this is citrine. It's natural from Brazil. A lot of these points have Lemurian lines on them, so it's like a little citrine castle from Brazil. They're under $300, which is amazing because they're 6 to 7 inches. This is not small, so we'll want to show this to you in hand too. Wealth and abundance, right? Citrine, what differentiates citrine from like a golden healer quartz is that it has aluminum in the matrix as opposed to iron.
Yep.
And so it's called the merchant stone. It attracts wealth and abundance to you. But do you see all the micro terminations and the etchings on these pieces? They're dazzling. So $2.99, by the way, if you would like one.
There's so many parts that show celestial formations on
Yeah.
here, which you don't usually see in a cluster like this. And
Can we hold it real quick?
Yeah, we'll give you size.
Yep. Because it's bigger than it's
you
bigger than
think.
it looks, which is always nice in life. $2.99 set. So I will tell you, we only have 5 of these. Really don't pass this up because if we ever have citrine clusters, I was thinking this was going to be in the $400 to $500 range. Can you show them the side that's facing me? Yeah. Oh my Lord. And she's right. I mean, so how do you know if it's celestial? It'll have what they call etchings and plating, which looks like dragon scales, kind of. And it's an older form of quartz or citrine. I know. So if you have a wealth abundance altar, which goes in the southeast direction of your house, or an altar to Lakshmi, or you have an altar for manifestation, like all of that needs a citrine cluster of some kind. And it's hard to find them at this price. So.
and then there was a part over here that I was
Is that a
seeing.
double turn? Almost, kind of.
Where?
Right here. Yeah, it is a double turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoa.
So yeah, there's double terms in here, and then if you look at this piece here, it's a scepter.
Dude. What's a scepter?
It's a double terminated scepter in the middle.
That's rad.
Like, you don't see that.
Scepters are were said to be the exclusive property of high priests and priestesses in ancient Lemuria. And what happens is a quartz point is growing, or a citrine point in this case, and then it's overtaken by a secondary point. So some people call it circumcised quartz. I didn't make that up. But now you know what it looks like, and you'll never forget it as long as you live, and that's why I'm here. But the double term on that, there's a couple double terms, that was rad. And then is that black tourmaline, the little black on the... I might be making that up. Can you turn it one more time towards you? Maybe I made that up.
I think you're seeing dirt.
Things. Oh.
It's dirt. It's from the earth.
Is it right?
Oh, I think so.
That would be, I think, our best quote of the night. It's dirt. It's from the earth. As are most of the things in your sale today.
Is that black tourmaline? Rowan, that's dirt.
So, but congratulations, right? Yeah, super stoked for you guys.
This is so cool too.
I know. Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is so beautiful.
Yeah. Congrats on your citrine. Nicely done. Congrats on the Sri Yantra. Nicely done. I think this is so beautiful, you guys. This is a lotus, hand-carved lotus in green Adventurine. Also reminds me of the quatrefoil, which is a super important symbol that you see throughout Morocco and different parts of Africa. And the quatrefoil represents the mantra, God is never far from me. So you see like windows that'll be made out of the quatrefoil. It's sort of the 4-leaf clover. But this has the pointed leaves, and it's the lotus design. And so you can use this in 1,000 ways, right? As a bowl, as a serving dish, because this is food safe. So that would be a cool offering too. Like, what I would do with it is, I know it sounds funny, but like I constantly am making something that I want to dip in olive oil and balsamic vinegar and pepper. So like that would be I would have my bread out with my olive oil, like my dipping sauces in there.
Yeah, you could put like the olive oil in here. No, I want
I'm
bread
hungry.
and oil.
I know. I don't have bread and oil for you, but you can BYO bread and oil and get the dish. So this is our charity item, by the way. So every show we offer you something where every dollar that you spend goes to the charity that you choose, and then you get the stone. So it's sort of a win-win. So this is $399. It's 7.5 inches, handmade, in green Adventurine.
I love the quality of this green aventurine. You're seeing the bands of that dark green in there. That's the fuchsite inclusions in the green aventurine. And then these white bands going through it, that's the quartz that you're seeing. And so I love it that you're really being able to see this full spectrum of a green aventurine in this bowl, from the light to the dark.
That's a good point.
And I just...
Pretty.
This is beautiful.
So,
guys.
yeah. And then we always like to think that the charity gets the money, but they also get the energy of the stone that we chose. And green aventurine is good luck, good fortune, new opportunities, fertility.
It's great for this. It's great for this time of year, that with at the beginning of spring.
That would be a beautiful one, like a springtime altar or like an abundance altar too. If you have a Lakshmi altar, if you don't, you should have one because it's easy to make and just be very sacred.
Just
because
think
lotus
of this,
is her thing.
Just think if this was out in your garden and you had some water in it and there was like birds drinking out of it and
Like
taking a little
flowers
bath.
floating in there.
Yeah.
We get carried away, but it's true. It would be really beautiful in your garden. And aventurine is durable, so it's not going to fade. It won't wither with the elements, so that would be beautiful in your garden if you wanted to do that. Fae vibes. Yeah, I think so too. It has a very fairy, etheric vibration to it, so I'm glad you like that. I thought that was a beautiful offering for our charity item this week. All right, so these, I will just tell you, one of my favorite items of the show, since the beginning of Sage Goddess, which, like I said, we're turning 13 in July, I have always asked my team, please bring fluorite octahedrons. Fluorite is the Dharma stone, so it shows you your soul's path and purpose, and it naturally grows in this octahedral shape. So octo in Greek is 8, and so an octahedron is an 8-sided polygon. And it represents the principle as above, so below, which is one of our, I call it a normalizing or equalizing principle in magic, which is that Earth is a reflection of heaven, heaven is a reflection of Earth. But these are super beautiful. They're $29. They're 1.5 inches. The little tiny baby ones you'll find, but when it gets to this size, they're harder to find. So, and the only thing I'm going to tell you is be careful with these. Fluorite is low on the measure of hardness scale, so you don't want to. You want to be gentle with these. It's not going to break when you look at it, but be gentle. In meditation, what I like to do is a little like tip and trick, is you hold your octahedron and you spin it.
Kind of like what I was doing.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of like it's nature's fidget spinner. And reflect on why you think you came to the planet, because that's what fluorite's all about. Is your dharma. It's like your soul has a mission here, and your life is really the process of figuring out what that is and then living into it with grace. So yeah.
One thing I think is really cool about these is you're gonna have different colors in these, and so depending on which one you get, there's different elements, and there's different trace elements that change the color in these. So if you get one that's more towards the yellow, orange, or red, it's going to have more iron. If you're going to get one that's more blue or green, it's going to have copper in there. If it's more to the purple, it's going to have the yttrium in there. And then if you have one more brown or black to the darker, it's because of the manganese in there. And then sometimes, like when it's a brighter orange and lighter red, it's because there's actually zirconium within the fluorine that creates the fluorite.
What creates the pink? Do you know? In the pink fluorite?
The pink is going to be more of the iron, but it's going to be a mix of the zirconium and the iron that is in there
That's
to make
my
it
favorite of
closer to that pink color that's in there. So each one has the same base, which is the fluorine, but then there's the different trace elements, and then sometimes like in your rainbow where you have the different stripes, it's because as it's been growing, it has the different trace elements, and you can see kind of like what was there.
Almost as like growth path.
Exactly, almost like the tree rings.
Isn't that cool, you guys? Nature is so magical. But I love these. The team would tell you I do drive them crazy to bring them because, as you know, and that's a cool shot because you can kind of see through the tip of the octahedron. But they're not easy to find. I mean, you know, you'll have a fluorite cluster with all these little octahedrons sort of growing on it, and they just detach them from the cluster. So literally, this is how fluorite grows. So yeah, anyway, congratulations if you're getting one of those. That was, we try to have things that are like that. Perfect pocket stones, meditation.
And sometimes you might see like a little inclusion in there, and
Yeah.
a lot of times that can be like tourmalines that are in there. A little bit of calcite might be in there.
Mm-hmm. Or dirt, because it's from the earth.
Or dirt. It's from the earth.
I'm not giving you a hard time. I thought that was really cute. Don't hurt me. Don't you point your Vogel at me like that?
I'll point my Vogel where I want to point my Vogel.
All right, Leo. I love it when we try to boss each other around because nobody's going to win that. You know what I mean? We're both Leos, so it's just like, no, you do it. No, you do it. Stop that. You stop that.
See, I always think I'm going to win because I'm a Leo Aries.
But then I know I'm going to win because I'm Leo Sag.
I'll win. What is the magic of a 12-sided Vogel?
Oh.
There's the Cancer.
Wow, I'm glad you
Doesn't
asked.
go.
Thank you
There's
so
two
much.
Leos that are actually going to do it the way neither of you did it, though.
No, and now I'm going to look at you and go, I don't want to talk about it.
It's
I'll
like
do what I want to do. No, I know.
Stubborn.
Listen, your Vogel is not bigger than this. I will say, like, there's points with stones where you can be like, well, this one's bigger than that one, or that one's bigger than this one. Y'all don't have, I don't think, a 12-inch Vogel. And at some point, it's like, you know how when things are just really huge, it's almost like, why? You know what I mean? But like, at some point, it's just redundant. It's just excessive. It's just obscene. But I do think having a really big ass Vogel, and these are all handmade. We only have of the smaller one. Which one's the smaller one?
You have the smaller one.
The smaller one is 12 inches. I'm going to tell you right now, I think it's a mistake. $169 for this. There's only one of the 12.5 for $199. These are hand carved out of Lemurian blue calcite from Argentina. I seriously thought that was an error. So a 12-sided Vogel, which is what this is, a Vogel is wider on one side, the feminine end, and more narrow on the other, and you count the number of facets. Let me try to do this in 30 seconds. You gather energy with the feminine end and you release it through the masculine end to one of the elements, earth, air, fire, or water. It removes and extracts unwanted energy. Marcel Vogel, who worked for IBM forever, had a spiritual awakening and a really powerful shamanic experience where he saw the Kabbalah tree of life, which this is designed to sort of look like the tree of life, right? Wider at the top, more narrow at the bottom. What he found in his experiments as a scientist at IBM is that the more facets a stone has, the faster the spin of the crystal. So the more powerful the crystal is in terms of if it's quartz, it's piezoelectricity. Really what that means is it can transmit energy more quickly and more accurately if it has more facets and cuts. So 12-sided Vogels have a faster spin than a 6-sided Vogel, as an example. There are Vogels that have like 120 facets. Mm-hmm. I have one that I think that's 140 facets. So that's a whole different ballgame. But that's also not $169. So Lemurian blue calcite, tranquility, peace, harmony, balance, beauty, water element energy too. But like I said, for the price, I literally, I don't even know how that would be below our cost on these because these are made one by one. And this is the AAA grade Lemurian blue calcite from Argentina, so it's got the really deep blue. Mm-hmm. So anyway, congratulations. It's huge. It's excessive. But it's also rad.
Well, one thing I like about the 12-sided Vogels is, I mean, if you think of the number 12, there's 12 months in a year.
Yep.
There's 12 signs in the astrology zodiac.
That's right.
And so 1 + 2 = 3, and that's the highest vibrational number. Correct me if I'm wrong.
No, I mean it's a very I don't know what the highest is, but
it's one of the highest.
It's a very high vibrational because you think of the Holy Trinity, you think of Maiden Mother Crown energy, all of that.
And so having that in a Vogel, which also is the Lemurian blue calcite, which is just so interdimensional, to me I don't really see why it's like it wouldn't be 12.
And if you hit somebody with it, it's gonna hurt. It's a weapon. She was close. Did you see how she was looking at me? She pointing that thing at me. Anyway, I'm happy for you. I think they're sold out. It was just cool to take a minute to tell you about the origin of Vogel technology, which I really do think of Vogels as a technology as opposed to a tool.
I still have one, Jared.
Sometimes I feel like a parent, like, break it up, kids. Don't hurt each other.
That's what Tanya B said. She was like, can't we all get along? And I'm like, Tanya.
She touched me. He looked at me. I'm uncomfortable. Okay. I'm just kidding. I didn't say that, but it does sometimes feel like I'm
all of the
refereeing.
to do this.
Well, I appreciate that.
Full DIY.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
That was rad. And if the price is wrong, then you gotta get. Now, floating intention candle situation. So, Robin, in her wisdom, puts together these really cool little sets of things.
Love this one.
You know, where she'll combine a really cool container with, in this case, fire and also stones to create a floating altar, basically.
Fire, water, and
Shungite.
earth.
Yeah, and it's a copper bowl to conduct energy, and it's shungite to purify. So, and do you know what the candle is for? Is it a specific scent? Or
Yeah,
is it totally chosen?
it's Via.
Oh, is it Via? Via is our prosperity, one of our original prosperity blends that Sage got us. So that's a cool combination to use. So if you bought all of this together, I don't know what do you know what the retail value
It would have been $34.
Okay.
And today it is $24.
And it's really versatile. So first of all, I love the way she has it. So, and you can put the shungite in the water if you want to sort of, so the candle brings the element of fire, the stone brings the element of earth, the water obviously brings the element of water. And I think of copper as being somewhat element air because
I do too.
Yeah, because it's
Because
conductive.
it conducts everything and it pushes everything around.
Mm-hmm.
And it like, just like the wind, it pushes where it needs to be, but also it's malleable, so it can form into what you
And
need.
be directed too. So these are $24 if you would like one. There's about 4 dozen of them, so I thought it was really beautiful. And then I'll
Yeah.
tell you, my favorite way to work with this copper bowl, although I love this more, seeing it the way you've done it, is as a base for our beeswax candles.
Oh,
because
yeah.
they do melt as you burn them, and so the it'll catch all the wax from your candle melting, and it's real copper, so it's not just a decorative dish, you know? And then
Yeah.
when you're done burning your candle, just pop it in the freezer and it'll harden the wax, and then you can just pull the wax out and use it again. So I love it for that. I'm glad you like it too.
Yeah, and I love it. It's like we had to put Via in there because, I mean...
It's water element too, you know, so it brings water to the fire.
Yeah, and it has frankincense, myrrh, patchouli, amber, and musk.
Yeah.
All within the oil
It's
that's
sexy.
in there.
It's very sexy, Via. Old school. If you remember Via, you've been around with me for a while. I think Via is 12 years old.
I like our old school stuff. It's just...
We had Vanilla Moon today, and it was just like, gosh, Vanilla Moon, which has real vanilla beans in it. You know what I mean? Vanilla Moon perfume is back in stock at Sage Goddess. Y'all been asking. It's patchouli and vanilla, which are both aphrodisiacs, and but there's real vanilla beans in Vanilla Moon. And that's 12 years old, too. That was one of the first perfumes I ever made.
Nice.
So congrats, yay! Fill with ghee and some cotton wicks. You can make like a dia with that if you added, you know, ghee butter or beeswax or whatever with a wick.
Can we show a couple of things for people who might not have been here in the first few
Oh,
minutes?
Yeah,
sure.
Let's do it. So the Goddess Shield pendant is we're going to show that because if you came late,
Right.
there's no late. You're on time whenever you're here, but you may have missed this one. So this is the Malicola Shield. Isn't that gorgeous? Which is malachite, chrysocolla. Robin noticed there's a little bit of shadowkite in there too, and then rhodolite garnets down the sides with a hexagonal iolite at the top. And this one was $134. Retail is like $199. And it has all the gold details on sterling silver. And I was showing you, if you turn it to the side, there's the bail is really flexible. So if you wanted to take it off this chain and put it on something longer and thicker, or black cord, which could be really cool too, you have a lot of flexibility there. So you can say sold pendant $134.
What I think would be cute is because it has these different areas, it's like if you had one chain here and then another chain hooked down here, so it
Ooh.
was like a double chain.
That's smart. I never thought about
That would be like really sexy going down.
I never thought about that. This would be one of those. I think Can we check with Bonnie to see if she is making these? Remember the diamond by the yard? I don't know where we are in the process of developing that. Will you check with her?
I was thinking about that the other day too, because I want one.
I want. Well, we're all waiting for it. Like, good luck getting one, because by the time Team SG's had, we're gonna do diamonds by the yard, I think, but we're gonna do it in sterling, right? So it's a little more affordable.
It's like a live update for everyone.
Yeah, so no pressure, Bonnie. But anyway, we'll update you. But this would be the kind of piece that I would want to put the diamonds by the yard on. I think that would really like spotlight it. Zoe Paracas is here. Hi, Zoe. Hey, cutie, how was your day? It's so nice to have you here. We were talking about how you just turned 15, and everybody's wishing you a happy birthday.
And I can't believe it, Zoe.
My favorite 15-year-old in the world. So anyway, I'm glad that you're here for a few minutes. Yeah, we'll keep you posted. Maybe not right now. I don't want Bonnie to feel like she's responding at the under pressure, but yeah. So anyway, that pendant is still available. And is there anything else you wanted us to talk about, Joe?
I set some little goodies right here with Bonnie.
Okay. Yeah, so I think we still have some of the double terminated Dravite, which we were all, by we I mean me and Robin, were completely drooling over that because it's one of our favorite stones. Dravite is a very grounding form of tourmaline, but it's not black, it's brown. Mm-hmm. So it stabilizes your central nervous system. A lot of times you guys come to us and you're like, what do I do for anxiety? What do I do for, when my heart is pounding, but I just need to relax and chill, or I have a lot of anxiety going into work or school or whatever it is. So we still have some of the Dravites. They're $69. And what's rare about this, it's brown tourmaline, which is already rare, and it's double terminated. So you can see the natural terminations on both sides. So yeah, oh, you guys are so sweet. And then we still have some of the green zebrite generators, which is a mix of feldspar, which harmonizes your energy, smoky quartz for transmutation, amazonite for clear, open communication, and then probably a little moonstone in the matrix too. And we have 3 different sizes of those, 89, 99, and 129. We're very limited on those. It's a new pocket of the zebrite with amazonite from Madagascar.
And one thing that's really cool about these new pockets, when they come up, it's like sometimes they find a pocket and then it's like, okay, this is a new stone on the market. Sometimes they find a pocket and this is the only
seriously
amount that is on the market, because
which might sound crazy, but they may find a cubic space of like 3 feet by 3 feet and punch down into that pocket and there's nothing underneath it. So it's like literally they'll be able to carve 2 or 3 dozen generators and that's it.
Exactly.
So we love that about these rare stones. I miss you too, cutie pie. I'm so happy you're here for a few minutes. I'm glad your day was good too. She did a wonderful job on her essay that she submitted today. So she's a very good writer. That Zoe.
Takes after her mama.
Yes, she does. She really has a natural gift. So yeah, you can say sold Dravite for $69. You can say sold zebrite generator for $89.99 or $129, depending on the size you want. And we still have some of the fluorite octahedrons for $29 if you missed those. So that's what we got for you right now. Okay, next up now. Here's the thing. I'm obsessed with Tibetan quartz. We talked about this earlier. All of us here have like a problem with certain stones. I would buy all the Tibetan quartz because when I first started struggling with autoimmune disease, specifically MS 13 years ago, the crystal healer I was working with said, okay, these are the 4 stones you have to have. You have to have blue-green kyanite, Tibetan quartz, sugilite, and udilite. And I've told you that consistently, and those are the 4 I've continued to work with. What's rare about Tibetan quartz is it comes from the Himalayan ridge in Tibet, and it's carbon included. So the black inclusions that you see are carbon. The reason carbon is a master healer, which, by the way, is the reason why diamonds are so important as well, because diamond is obviously carbon. Your carbon, right? Your body is a carbon-based creation. And so minerals with the same composition as your body tend to be master healers. And so carbon-included quartz, which you don't find everywhere, and Tibetan quartz, coming from that Himalayan ridge, there's all these legends about Shambhala and like origin stories of the universe that, the Himalayan mountains, when you get to a certain elevation, your watch won't work, your phone certainly won't work, like technology just breaks. The vibration is so powerful. So These are big, raw, natural, gorgeous pieces for $49. They're 4 to 5 inches. So if you want to, so we have tumbled at sagegoddess.com. If you want like $3 and $5 pieces that are tumbled. If you want it big, hard, and raw, like some of you do, and we talked about this earlier, I don't have a lot of it. We don't see a lot of big chunks.
Not this size.
So, no.
And also, you have to remember that where they mine this, sometimes they can only get there like a month or two out of the year.
That's a great point she's
So-
making, by the way.
So it's like because of where it is and because of the conditions and the weather, they can only get in there for a little bit of time, and they get in there, try to find where there's another pocket of it, get what they can, and then they have to get out before it's too treacherous for them.
And they can't blast it. You know, in Brazil, they can blast the mine, so it makes it much easier to go in and mine in substantial quantity. You can't blast anything in the Himalayan ridge. So it's a pick and a shovel and good luck, and then it's getting down the mountain, which is all going to be on animal back and their own backpacks. So when you see a big chunk like this, someone carried this, someone hand mined this, takes it to an entirely different level, and I think it's why this is more apt to be a healing stone for you than just a chunk of quartz from Brazil. Nothing against Brazil, but it's not Himalayan quartz. So
Yeah.
cheers. Yeah, so they are, Amy, they are 4 to 5 inches for $49.
Can you see it in the hand, please?
And then, like I said, I've got small tumbles at sagegoddess.com today. Our code is HOLY, HOLI, for 24% off. So if you want like little $3 pieces or $5 pieces, you can get those today on sagegoddess.com. So if you want something more of like for pocket, daily carrying, crystal healing tray, you might want more of the tumbled. It's great. If you want something for your altar or something to meditate with and to keep in your space that's going to have a more intense vibration, natural pieces are better.
I like this piece because like, you can put it down, and you can take something and put it on top and charge it.
That's nifty, Robin.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I do. Would you mind grabbing my Dr. Pepper from my
Gotcha.
desk? Yeah, I already powered through my caffeine supply for today. And somebody over here is a little tired because somebody didn't sleep well last night because of the full moon eclipse.
And I love
so
that.
much.
I love it on this one. Now I'm not going to guarantee that all the pieces are this way, but this piece, you can see these inclusions here, and that is a yellow hematoid inclusion. So that is iron that has also gotten in this. So this one has iron and carbon within this stone.
That's broad, Robin. Yeah, and you don't always see that. So, yeah. And it has a lot of those, again, those hydrothermal etchings on the
Yep.
side, which means these pieces were underwater inside the mountain for thousands of years, and that water flowing. So you'll see a lot of, not a lot, but often in hydro Tibetan.
And it's Lemurian, or not Lemurian, but celestial on this side.
Yeah, isn't that cool? So good job. You need all the help you can get. I know. My thing is, crystals don't hurt. Why not try it? You know, and I always tell you this story. My neurologist is always like, I don't know what you're doing that works, so just keep doing all the things you do. But I think vibrational healing, crystal healing, aromatherapy, meditation, yoga, and then good traditional Western medication, it's the best of East and West.
It's like if something might help, it's like worth a shot. No?
Yeah.
Like,
If it's not going to hurt you,
yeah,
you
the
know?
worst that happens is like you bought something beautiful. Like if you're like on the fence about like crystal
Right?
healing or whatever. Like
yeah, and sometimes, keep this in mind too, I'm sure you guys know this because you guys are seasoned professionals. Sometimes we buy things and it's not for us. So you'll go, I feel really called to that. What is that? And then like a week later, someone in your life will be like, do you have anything for Hashimoto's or fibro? And you're like,
you just be talking about it.
as a
and it
matter of
comes, yeah.
fact. So sometimes you might feel called to something and it's going to end up being for somebody else. All right, here's another piece that I don't care if you don't buy, but somebody's going to buy it because it's rad.
So cool.
This is, so we only have one of these. It is the coolest. I love the texture of the silver over the quartz point. It looks like flames, and then there's a Buddha head at the top. It is 1.9 inches. That's clear quartz, and it's $159.
And
That is such a perfect pendant.
it's both silver and gold, and that gold that is on there is
Thank you for pointing
actually
that.
18 karat
Is this a
gold.
monk piece?
It is a monk
Is it really?
piece.
We're doing that for $199. You need to buy this right now. That somebody
That's
just
so
run,
cool.
just go sold pendant $199. I don't even know. Yes, I guess it's a monk piece. I'm looking at it and I'm like, I think. And then when she said the gold detail, I was like, they're never $199.
Can you see the color of the gold detail?
I'm sorry, $159. They're never $159 for a monk piece. So I think that also might be a mistake. And congratulations. So the monk pieces are made by a monk in Bali. That's the story when you were like, what's a monk piece? So there's a monk in Bali who makes jewelry, all one-of-a-kind pieces in sterling silver and 18 karat gold. And every piece of metal, like the little tendrils and flames and stuff, is made by hand and then applied by hand. So this is not like a cast piece of jewelry, which is traditionally what jewelry is. So this is a cast price for a handmade piece, which is rad. And I screwed up the price. It's $159, not $199. Yeah, Jessica Hicks said monk pieces equal run.
Yes.
I only have a couple of them in my collection, but you can feel the difference when somebody has sat and because he makes them in meditation and like recited mantras and meditated and put all of that energy into each piece. It's amazing. We have lots of good jewelry. I think we still also have some jewelry coming. By the way, I'm seeing your question, Amanda, and then like here's a good piece of jewelry.
Right.
This is
I'm
rad.
gonna do a couple right now.
Okay, so you're asking the right question at the right time. I know I need to get you more monk rings. So I love crystal ball jewelry. Let's just say that out the gate, and I will say this is both a necklace and a pendulum. So it's a crystal ball with blue sapphires in a cage in sterling silver. We did this as a special discounted price today, so we only have 3 dozen of these. It's $79. The original price was $104. This is crazy. And I'll show you. So you can wear it as a pendant. Spheres radiate energy in all directions, but it is accurate AF as a pendulum. Isn't that cool? And the little cabochons are all sapphires, which is my favorite stone of all time because it's for wisdom and intuition. Isn't that just beautiful?
The cage is wild.
I love the
all of
cage.
Yeah,
little
show the
kind of,
detail
like,
with the
really
little
close
circles and
with the,
everything.
yeah.
I mean, it literally is like
You
little
see all of these things.
halos around it, and then
Yeah,
they're
before.
connected by,
It's wild, cool.
yeah. You should
It's
get
kind of like
that.
nice like balance of like masculine and feminine
Yeah.
in the design
Yeah.
as well.
I like that too. That's
I'm
true.
sitting here like staring at it like, do I claim one? But I think you guys have bought
I
them
think
all
you just
already.
sold me on one.
So-
I don't.
I love it. I love it.
I'm like, everybody needs one. Give one to your boyfriend. Give one to yourself. Like
Yeah,
what?
yeah. And like I said,
so
if
cool.
you don't have a pendulum, because pendulums are one of my favorite divination tools. It's so good for quick yes/no questions. I'm always using it as a gut check because they're so accurate. And sapphires are so great to have on pendulums. 'Cause
Oh, yeah.
they're kind of like the pendulum stone for wisdom and channeling. And so, anyway, y'all can tell we like it.
Looks like they like it.
I think we've already.
I love
they're
it.
gone and.
It's a perfect little sign.
It's sexy, yeah. So somebody will stop you and go, what is that exactly? So yeah, okay. So anyway, I think that's one of the cooler things. You've been looking for a moon pendant.
Oh well.
Ta-da!
You guys are on point tonight.
Intuition is someone's third eye is
Yeah.
open.
Yeah, no, seriously. It's like, ask and you shall receive. Now, this has total lunar energy, too, because there's a sterling silver moon, and I love this piece just as much. Part of what I love about it is the bail.
I'm just gonna
I
wrap
love
this
that
chain
triple
over your hand
ring
so they see this too. Because,
bail,
like,
and the chain is amazing. And I love tourmaline. Tourmaline's in my top 10 favorite stones
Oh.
of all time.
Because it's
'Cause
amazing.
It's rad. So this is multi-cabochon tourmaline. So you've got green tourmaline for wisdom and discernment and love. And then you have kind of a gold tourmaline, because tourmaline grows in all the colors, for empowerment and confidence. And then you have pink tourmaline, which opens your heart chakra. And then I think those are, it doesn't say, but I think they are white topaz accents. Or are they
Yes.
quartz? And then there's the little silver moon. But the bail, can you show them the bail? I know your nail is there. It's hard to hold it. But do you see the 3 rings that come down and, over the top of it? I just think that's kind of sexy. And again, Robin was talking about the power of 3 and how important it is in all the spiritual paths and traditions. So this, we only have 8 of them. They are $199. The retail value is like $249. So this would also be really beautiful if you want like a lunar piece of jewelry because of the crescent. but you want something that represents love and strength and empowerment, which, you know, who doesn't? And then the chain is,
She is so cool.
yeah, the chain is really beautiful. We usually do more of a basic chain, but this is on a really substantial sterling silver adjustable chain.
I love that chain.
It's sexy. There's a name for that. It's not Figaro, is it? What is the link of that? But this is heavy, by the way. That's what I want you to know. Like, we custom make all of our own jewelry, and this is not a small piece. You're gonna get this and go, whoa! Like, there's a lot of sterling silver. Actually, I think that might be a blue topaz on top, and then a white topaz at the bottom.
Pretty though.
I think it is. I think it's a little light blue.
Yeah, it's so pretty. Here I am showing it where you can't see it, like a trooper. So
But
anyway, congratulations.
The thing I like about these is it's like because it's tourmaline, and tourmaline, it grows in so many colors.
Yeah.
Each one of these are going to be a little bit different. So yours might be a little bit more green. Somebody else's might be a little bit more blue, or there might be a little
Figaro. Okay, thank you. Sorry, that was just the chain.
bit. Oh, okay. I was like,
sorry.
I was like,
You're like, what? Yeah, it's a Figaro link.
So I really like that, and it's open on the back, so you're getting all that energy sent all the way through.
Oh, that's a good point too.
So yeah.
So congratulations. Yep.
Jinx, you owe me a drink.
I think I can do that. I think I can figure that out. Might be able to do it before the end of the day, Robin. Make all your dreams come true. We have Atlantisite hearts, by the way. Were they $29 for Atlantisite
Yeah,
hearts?
let me grab them really quick.
Yes, they were $29.
That's the boundary stone. If you're an empath and you're taking on too much of other people's energy, I just really want to encourage this purchase. Or if you have a friend, if you're shopping for a friend who has boundary issues. How do you know you have boundary issues? You're overwhelmed all the time. I see it in metaphysical circles all the time. People will open a metaphysical shop or whatever and then close it and open it again and close it and open it again. Is because they're not figuring out how to manage the energy, because it's hard to work in spiritual spaces. So it's really important if you're a reader or a psychic or intuitive or empath or healer to manage your energy well, so that you can create a sustainable practice. Yeah, even I mean, having done this for most of my life, I still have to really practice good spiritual hygiene, because it's just way too easy to be bombarded by energy and not hold it well. So,
Well, one thing that I've noticed is it's like when you start getting overwhelmed with the energy and you just like shut it down because you need a break. When you open yourself back up, a lot of times it's like you can get like it's hard. It's really hard to do that, because it's like you're opening yourself back up again and you're vulnerable at that point. But when you have something like this where you can like just let it roll off of you, so you don't ever have to shut yourself down completely.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It makes it so you don't have that roller coaster.
Stop, start. Yeah, that's true. And I will say this too. Like, even if you're not a metaphysical practitioner, let's say you work in the field of healthcare, for example. You guys are inundated, right? And again, at the end of the day, like, you got to go back home and be with your family and live your life and stuff. So there's a lot of fields, teachers. My God, I mean, I taught school forever. I've taught everything from 7th grade to PhD, and PhD is easier than 7th grade. But I wasn't a 7th grade English teacher for summer programs here in LA, and at the end of the day, like, you almost just need to sit down for an hour before you can do anything else. So Atlantisite as a teacher in your classroom, highly recommend it. Or as a gift, if you have a teacher, your kids have a teacher that they love or you love, this is a great gift to give them. So
Give it to your therapist.
yeah, and God bless the therapist. I sometimes I think my therapist is going to go into the witness protection program.
My therapist was like so sick of me, and then also sometimes I'm like, I'm probably your funniest client, but sick of me.
Sometimes I'm just like, do you still want to work with me?
I love when like he laughs at my jokes though, because then I feel validated. Like maybe he doesn't hate me.
yeah. Or you're just like thank you for taking my call today, because we just talked yesterday. Anyway,
Email, text.
we're all like therapy
Whatever.
forward people. So I don't know if you are into therapy. I think therapy is the best thing on the planet. I really enjoy it. But God bless good therapists, and especially after COVID, because everybody was in therapy during COVID, and they had time for therapy, and so Anyway, it's whatever field you're in. I'm sure you have your own boundary challenges. So yeah, these are the fluorite octahedrons for $29. That's your Dharma stone for health and happiness and finding your path. Okay, the next thing is really cute. I love home decor stuff. I think it's cute. A couple of our team members have this at home. We made these. So, you know, it's play on home sweet home, but it's Om sweet Om. Om is...
I did that.
You just ripped that right off of there.
You get to hook your chain on yourself so you can adjust it.
Yeah, I was going to say, she just proved
That's
exactly why this is that way. So it doesn't break. But some of you are going to put it somewhere where you want it really short. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing you can do, here, let me break it again, is you can make it short. I did this with mine at home. Let's see if I can do it here. And then let the chain kind of hang down. Anyway, I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you that. But
on the sides, yeah, cute.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
down
cute.
the side. So, when you hang it, it's shorter, but it kind of... Anyway, you can play with it, but you can make it decorative too. So, Om is a Sanskrit word that is the representation of the sound of the name of God. It's like the unspeakable, unknowable. It's a symbol. And then we have stones inset into this, which are not on my list, but...
It is black tourmaline and black obsidian, and the wood is mango wood.
So mango wood brings abundance and prosperity. Obsidian is for clearing, and tourmaline is for protection. So we have 50 of these at $43. Our original price was $61, so this is one of the fun little specially priced items for you tonight that we thought you might enjoy. It's cute to hang by your doorway. So I do thresholding magic, which means the entrances and exits to my home are adorned. And the main entrance to my home has the Om Mani Padme, has the chakra symbols, has Lakshmi bells and all these things. And so like there's kind of an archway with all of these. And so that's exactly where I would put this. I chose to hang this in my living room because I already had so many things going on my entrance.
Well, the thing is I think it's a really good one for the entrance to your home. Mm-hmm. Simply because it is mango wood, and that is a very sacred wood.
Yep.
And it represents strength, purity, happiness, and good fortune.
Yep.
So having that as like over your doorway when you're going in and out of your home, that just means that it's like every single time you walk through that threshold, you are bringing those energies into your life. And then with the black tourmaline and the black obsidian, those are so clearing and protective. You're protecting your home as well. Because just think, somebody might be coming into your home and they might have had a really bad day. And they come in and they're like...
Or everybody is coming home and they've had a bad day.
Yeah. But when you walk through the energy of that, you're walking through and the obsidian is going to clear all that out, and it's going to fix the tears in your auric field to help you heal. The black tourmaline is going to ground you and bring you back to reality. And so you're no longer like floundering in your own stress mess.
I can't say it any better.
Back to reality. Anyways.
That song is going to be stuck in my head forever. I used to have that as a ringtone, I think, back in like the 90s.
That's okay.
Sure do.
Yeah, I can see it.
Like it's giving 1994.
And then it's like, oh, she has a good ringtone. She spent $4 on that one.
Yeah, I don't think it was free.
Life is so flat.
Yes, Liz, they do come in and are shitty kitties. We need to kick those shitty kitties back out until they can come in and be good kitties.
What are you talking about?
Shitty kitties.
Yeah, somebody actually told me they bought an Easter basket to get a shitty kitty.
Yeah,
That's something. They are shitty kitties. I just want to remind you that they are plastic shitty cats. If you don't know what we're talking about, I'm a fan of shitty plastic things. They make me laugh, and I keep them around my house just to make myself smile. And so we put weird shitty plastic things in your things sometimes.
Just want to show these together or one at a time?
I think together. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So if you remember, we did the 4-element jewelry in rings. So we did aquamarine for water. We did citrine for air. We did smoky quartz for earth. And isn't that beautiful? And so we have the ring back in stock, limited amount of the rings. In fact, I think there's one ring. So the reason we call these the 4-element line, those are cushion cut stones, checkerboard cushion cut stones, and then on the side of the ring, the band, if you can turn your hand, are the 4 elemental symbols for earth, air, fire, and water, and
that's
these are
also
adjustable.
on the back of the pendant as well.
So the pendant, everybody asked, can we have matching pendants for our rings? And so what's new tonight is the pendant. And to her point, isn't that beautiful to see the 4 elemental symbols carved on the back so that the light comes through the stone? And then they're all done in sterling silver with 14 karat gold. And the pendants are on the 16 to 18 inch chain. We have 15 of the pendants at $119 and only one of the rings at $95, if you would like. 4-element jewelry for grounding. So again, air element is like moving energy, seeing clearly. Fire has its own vibration. Water has its own vibration. Earth is about stabilizing your auric field. So peace, protection, patience, presence, purpose. I always say all the P's are in the north. And it's also very grandparently energy. The direction of north and element of earth is very like everything's going to be okay. Release your fear and trust the process, which Smoky quartz is so good for that because you can release energy into it and it transmutes low vibrations. So if you had the ring, you may want the pendant. We did it specially because you guys asked, and it does come on the chain, so it's ready for you to wear and enjoy. Congratulations. So yeah, 1 ring at $95 and 15 pendants at $119. Ta-da! Good job, Bonnie. Yeah,
guys.
Cheers to Bonnie who made that happen for y'all. It's cool when you get a piece and that we make and we're able to bring you the partner pieces so that you have a wardrobe of jewelry that's aligned. Is anybody interested in rosaries? And I'm only asking because I'm in my rosary era right now. So I put this one on. I bought this one for myself in Denver 2 years ago, and I kind of haven't taken it off. It is in sterling silver. I don't know. I mean, it's okay to tell me, I don't like that or I don't want it, but I kind of want us to make some rosaries at SG, but I just don't know if you're into it. And I like, you can hang that, and I do hang rosaries around my house. I have a lot of rosaries. My house gives Catholic. I honestly have a lot of candelabras and things from Catholic churches. I'm kind of a collector of Catholic ishness. There's a word for that. Catholica? Yeah, like things from Catholic churches. Okay, so you do want rosaries. Do you want gemstone rosaries?
You go like Catholic core, but like.
Here's the thing. Sure. If you do, then I can tell them yes, they want them, and we'll make them happen because I want one too. Wouldn't that be pretty? If it was instead of just all silver, it was like beads and it was a little bit bigger, like Madonna, like 1986. Okay, we're here for it. You want it? I'm gonna make it for you. Thank you for your feedback. Love rosaries. Okay. Now we're gonna switch gears to this. This is also here because, but can you guys turn it on its side because it's hard to see the stones on the top is kind of what you're looking for. Yeah. We'll go back.
Yeah, I was like, Robin, I think this one's
yeah, I think it's more for a handpiece. Okay. So this is another one that I'm bringing to you from my friend who gives me the special stones. So this is morganite, those little tiny beautiful morganite crystals, which is the queen of the love stones. There's also a little bit of aquamarine because they grow together, right? With albite, which is for releasing heartaches from the past in its natural matrix, which is mica and albite. We only have 2 of these pieces at 3.5 inches for $599. We never have terminated morganite crystals in matrix.
No.
So it's releasing heartache from the past, welcoming new love that's going to make you feel empowered, and emotional healing.
Mm-hmm.
In one. And morganite is one of my favorite stones. If I had to do engagement ring stuff all over again, I would choose morganite. I would, because it's durable. It's beryl, right? So it's pink beryl, basically pink aquamarine, but it really is about sovereignty and love. And it's about unconditional love, eternal love. It's all the things that you would want in an engagement ring. And it actually is quite popular now as an engagement ring option because it's more affordable than diamond, for sure. You can get a bigger stone. So anyway, I really hope that whoever gets these appreciates them, because I can never get terminated morganite crystals in Matrix. It was so hard to get them, and I asked him how many he had. He only had 2 pieces. So congrats and yay. Yay, yay, yay.
I've never seen a natural piece like this with so many perfectly terminated, like, gemmy morganites.
They want me to sing it.
I know they want you to sing
Pink
it.
barrel is,
Morganite.
and green barrel is,
Emerald.
and blue barrel is,
Fun. I don't
and yellow
sing.
barrel is Heliodor, and white barrel is Goshenite. Jessica Hicks makes me do it. I don't even want to do it, but
It's
a horrible song.
I sing to my son and that's it.
I'm only asking you to say a word. You don't have to have a melody. Like, I'm like, green barrel is
Emerald.
The amount of pain.
I know, she literally looks like wounded. Like, it's such a damaging emotional experience to sing my barrel song.
I'm sorry. You made me sing karaoke.
And what did we sing, Robin?
It was great. It was great vibes.
What did we sing, Robin?
Crazy Train.
And you know what? You enjoyed every damn minute of it.
But you know, Robin, if you ever need help with creating boundaries with Athena, this ring might be the one.
Listen, these people are adults. I did not drag them to this special place we went to. I did not force them to get on stage. I did California Love and Crazy Train.
Right, I think I had the address in my phone. Like, so it was a group effort for sure.
Anyway, thank you so much for enjoying my song. Emotional damage was inflicted tonight. And so if you need boundaries from me, because I drag you to bars and make you sing karaoke when we're... No, I said it.
That was like, that's intense.
That's what I said. They're just mimicking me.
No, it was a really, really fun time. I couldn't believe that. All of a sudden she's like, we're going again. You're coming with me. And it was Crazy Train.
I mean, who else is going to sing Ozzy Osbourne with me other than you? Who else knows all the words to Crazy Train on this team other than you? I like karaoke, and I'm not going to apologize for it.
Martha, I tried.
Okay, anyway, we're moving on to Atlantisite.
Jessica! Ozzy's, a god.
What is that?
No, I was gonna say, I was like, Luis is over here like 4 times, been like, who is that? And I'm kind of agreeing. I'm like, wait, do I know this?
Is that Batman?
Wait, what?
It's Batman, right?
What are we talking about? You're not asking who Ozzy Osbourne is, are you?
They are.
He's the bad guy, right?
Okay, I can't. I'm gonna have to take a break. Okay, emotional damage.
That's emotional damage. I'll sing the barrel song all by myself.
Okay, listen, let's move on. Yes,
Oh
if you ever want to sing karaoke with me, Crazy Train, and you're in town, I will absolutely go with you and I will sing it. Okay, moving on. Please watch the Osbournes.
Oh, okay. I'm like 2 years old, okay? Leave me alone.
They're asking who Ozzy Osbourne is. Okay, I'm not going to make fun of them. That's fine. I don't know who some of the new people are. You know what I mean? Like, people
Yeah,
say,
it's
oh,
like,
it's
I
this
could
blah, blah,
quiz
blah
you.
person. And no, at Madonna, there were all these celebrities, because I went to see
Yeah.
Madonna on her last night in L.A. There were
Right.
all these celebrities.
Did you know
and
who, like, Julia
people were
Fox
like, that's
and, like,
blah, blah,
Richie
blah. And I'm
Shazam
like,
that were on stage wearing stuff, right?
Oh,
see?
yeah.
And they were, like, there on
Yeah.
stage at Madonna.
it's
so
the
okay.
current Ozzy Osbourne, and I have no idea who these kids are. So I was just like, you know what? We all have our generation. But you saw it here. Now, I do love this ring. I really do love this ring. I think this is such a cool design because it's the Atlantisite that we talked about for... Look at Karen. She's like, oh, hell no. It is the Atlantisite for good boundaries with garnet. Oh, amethyst. I'm sorry, not garnet. For peace. Is it amethyst or garnet? It looks like garnet to me, but...
No, it's amethyst.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's amethyst.
Which is cool because that makes the stitch tight pop because there's a little bit of purple in the Atlantisite with stitch tight, and so the amethyst will make it pop. So these are $69. They're adjustable, and they're from Tasmania. Yeah, look up Ozzy and the Bat. And let's not talk about it, though, because that's also emotional damage. I don't support what Ozzy did, but I do love Ozzy as a
Did you know
as an artist.
that he thought he was biting a fake bat, and that's what the whole thing was? And when somebody brought a real one out, no, he actually
we
fired
might
him.
be really headed down like a direction So I'm just
here's the thing. I don't believe it. Okay.
This is a beautiful
Tasmania.
ring. This is a really
Atlantisite.
beautiful ring.
Emotional boundaries. Needed in this room. And also amethyst.
What are you trying to say?
I know. But isn't it gorgeous? It has there's a queenly feel to this ring. Like
It's really cool.
I almost would say there's some rings that look like they belong on a certain finger, but I think you could wear this on any finger. If you wear it on your left hand, though, you're going to receive the energy.
Can you switch the directions too? Like, could you wear it either way, so that either the
So.
3 or the 1 is pointing
Oh
towards you?
yeah.
Because that's kind of cool. Like, whether you want to directionally kind of go out with the energy or like towards you or your person.
Yeah.
Lots of ways to play with it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah. So either way you
Did
want to
think
have
it
it
was
on.
good? I don't know. I want to have a really long conversation about this, but not during the show. Like, I think we should have an after show where we take up all of the weird things that happen, but not while we're here.
Oh,
Do you
that
know
would
what I
be
mean?
fun.
The after party. So let's talk about Ozzy Osbourne and whether the bat was real. And then just let you guys go to town. I know. Anyway, cheers to your queen ring for holding your boundaries well. I think that is really beautiful. I think we have the ring that's next to it as well in the show. So stay tuned. We will come back to that because we have to kind of separate things for Team SG, but I think we have snake rings, right? Or is
Oh,
that,
no,
is
that's
that your
mine.
personal? Oh, really? Oh. Never mind. We don't have snake rings. We used to have snake rings.
We used to. But no, this one's mine.
But we do have our rhodochrosite roses.
I go through my rings and change them up, and
Zoe has that ring.
I love it.
The Labradorite snake. It's beautiful. Okay, so we don't have the snake rings.
Sorry.
Sorry, I thought we did, and it's her personal piece. But you know what that shows you? And same with me and my chakra ring. Do you know I really haven't taken this ring off since our last gem show? I'm obsessed with did you guys get the 7 chakra ring from the last sale? I love it so much, and I've worn it out a lot, and I've had so many people ask me, where did you get that? And I'm like, kind of you to ask. You can't have it. But I think that may be one we want to bring back one more time. Did you guys see that ring? Put my ring in the shot. Isn't it beautiful? I just think that turned out so gorgeous.
It's a really nice one.
Love it. We'll work on
It's
that.
like you have a couple of SGTV on that kunzite, right?
And my kunzites from SGTV.
Yeah, that one I was like, so good.
My
so
rainbow
good.
sapphire bracelet in gold.
Oh,
Was
yeah.
for our 11th
Yeah, it
anniversary, and they're all numbered, and they all have a diamond inside. So mine was number 11, which I thought was really cool. So yeah, a lot of the personal jewelry. This fuck bracelet, I really would love to bring you. We don't have that, but we need to make a fuck bracelet. It's really funny how people look at me sideways when they finally realize what it says, and then they go, "It's like you saw the bracelet, didn't you? I'm wearing it for you." Okay. Rhodochrosite. Rhodochrosite is a physical heart healer, a cardiac healer, and an emotional healer. So it does both. You're used to seeing it, rhodochrosite, from Argentina, and it's beautiful. It's that bubblegummy pink kind of banded stone. But these are roses. So rhodochrosite in China, not Argentina, crystallizes in these rose formations, and they're super rare. There's 2 different sizes of these. This one you're showing is the small.
This is the small.
Yeah. And then can we show the medium next to it so they can kind of see the size comparison? So the small is 3/4 of an inch, and the medium is 1 inch. So you can see it's half to 3/4. $99 for the small and $119 for the medium. The price should be double that. These are super rare. This is like gem rhodochrosite. So if you're looking for one of the most tender stones, really good for a broken heart, really good for an ailing heart, helps with circulation. There's manganese in rhodochrosite, so that's part of why it's such a powerful physical healer. So I would get the rose if you're a collector of stones and keep that on. If you get the larger size, it's really good for your crystal healing tray. If you get the smaller size, I would wire wrap it and wear it. So yeah, super rare, Tesla's pointing out. It's just hard to find. It's sort of like hematite roses. You just don't see the rose formation very often.
So when it grows in these flattened rhombohedra formations, just think about how this is in that mine. I mean, there's so much other stuff growing there. It's going to like grow around it or break it. And so you don't see it very often. So when you actually have this, these are pieces that have withstood the test of time and grew into these magnificent little like creations, and this one has like a little bar of tourmaline on it right there.
Oh, look at that, Robin. I didn't notice that. And you know, what I thought you were going to say, which I think you probably would say too, is imagine the cluster where all these little roses are, you know, it would look like a bouquet of flowers.
It does. A lot of times you'll see like a quartz cluster and they'll have a whole bunch of these just scattered all over the top. And it's so beautiful.
Wow.
But a lot of times when you see it that way, where you have a whole bunch on the top, you don't really see these full-on flattened parts like this. They're going to be more of like a bulbous, almost like
Petroidal.
Yeah, like bitroidal, but it's similar to like a canvansite and how that grows.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like a spray, but not terminated necessarily.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. But having these where you have that, like this one here, where you can see that full blade right there,
Yeah. Isn't that beautiful?
is
you guys?
not very common at all.
It does look like Jolly Rancher candy, or like, doesn't it look like candy? Like, I don't know. It reminds me of things from when I was young. So anyway, congrats on that. That is super juice rare. Like, that's really good for collectors. We do have, Team SG is letting us know that we do have Atlantisite rings still for you. Those are $69 with the amethyst, that queenly kind of shield design. So that'll protect your boundaries. This will heal your heart. Congratulations to everybody who's getting one of these. Okay, now I think it's our final Bath and Body product of the night, isn't it? The clear quartz. Okay, so I'm obsessed with a lot of things, but chief among them are Gemstone perfume bottles. I just think, you know, when I was young, my mom used to take us to antique stores, and I collected vintage perfume bottles. I've always been into perfume, and I never imagined a quartz bottle. It wasn't until Sage got us, 13 years ago, and my ability to manufacture these now, that really, like, this was even a remote possibility of having real Gemstone perfume bottles on your vanity, because who has that? So what this is Winter Dreams perfume, which I think we have the notes. It's linden blossom, chamomile, birch. Oop, let's spell my Dr. Pepper. Linden blossom for emotional healing, chamomile for relaxation, birch for releasing. Birch also releases physical toxins from the body, so it's a really powerful one. Labdanum, which is for power, but also for seduction and for increasing, enhancing mood. And then oud, which is a tree excretion that happens when the agarwood tree is damaged, but it's the most intoxicating smell on the planet. It really truly is, and it's really expensive. So those are all the notes in Winter Magic. It comes in a clear quartz bottle. The bottle is worth more than the price that we're charging for the bottle with the perfume. So we're only charging $48 for these tonight. That is a natural handmade clear quartz spray bottle, and then it comes filled with the perfume. So it would be $69 if you got it online. We only have 30 of them at $48 tonight.
And free shipping.
And free shipping. You know what? I think you're gonna love the perfume, so I would give it a try. But you can actually decant your own perfume into this bottle. So if you have a favorite fragrance that you love to wear, a spray fragrance, you can transfer it. But I give it to me. Yeah, we're not spraying each other, but it's sexy. You can always tell when there's oud in something, because it has that dry down. It's always a base note, so it has that dry down to that really sensual, sexy kind of.
I love it.
Winter Magic.
And if you're the rare Leo like me, I love winter. I love winter. When it starts warming up, I dream of winter. So it's my way of keeping winter with me at all times.
God, I'm over here like the hotter the better.
Oh gosh, I do not like heat. I
like a dry heat. Take me to the desert and roast me by a pool.
Fall.
I'm here for fall. That's a very
October,
Scorpio.
spooky
That's a
times.
very Scorpio thing to say. Scorpios are always into fall.
I love the fall. Fall, winter are.
It gets dark so early.
At Thanksgiving.
I love
Yeah.
dark.
Okay,
I love the dark.
we're like yin yang tonight on all of our feelings about the seasons. You like winter too? Well, you guys can keep winter. All of you winter loving people should live together and just have winter all the time. And then those of us who love spring and summer should all live together in the desert. Congratulations, you guys. Oh, I'm so stoked about this next offering for you because it's so rare and special. And I mean, for me personally, this is the ultimate, right? It's a malachite smudging dish, and we're sending it to you with an intuitively chosen little white sage bundle. These are 5 to 6 inches hand-carved malachite from the Republic of the Congo in Africa. So this is like, and it, malachite's like everything else. There's qualities and grades. You're looking for the orbits. You're looking for the formations, the circular formations.
And the banding here.
And the banding. And even the side, like it's dimensional, it's thick, it is a huge slab of malachite, and this is another one where you could use it for 10 different things, but I think
and
it's
the
really
bottom
great
is beautiful too.
Yeah. Oh my God, look at that. So malachite is the most potent gemstone healer of the feminine, divine feminine, and also the female body. So reproductive organs, cervix, uterus, ovaries. So if you have any female reproductive issues, it's also said to help ease labor pains during childbirth. I'm 50-50 on that. It did not help me, but it has helped many friends of mine. So I was happy to have 2 children and never do that again. But, some people, I have had friends who have been like, oh my God, without my malachite. So they call it the doula stone. These are $269. Retail value is about $325. And we have 9 of them. So the only time we're going to have like hand-carved malachite smudging dishes from the Congo. Yeah, and it's interesting because malachite will call to you at different times in your life. When you need to really channel feminine energy, when you're working on fertility, when you are giving birth, when you are at my age and going through menopause, so you're going through an entirely different, feminine situation. So it's because it's good for hormonal balance and all the things. So it'll call to you at different times.
It does, but on the other side of that, it also malachite is also known to help enhance diplomatic powers and helping you communicate. So with that and having that as also an aspect of the malachite, it's
and
like
the divine feminine is communication.
Exactly. So it all goes hand in hand.
Yep.
But even if you're not dealing with, say, like a feminine issue,
Yeah.
you can still use it for many other types of things. And like,
Yep.
I mean, and if you think about like diplomatic issues, I mean, that can even just be within your family.
Of course it can. I mean, honestly, if your family's like good, I don't know, like congratulations. I think this starts at home. But yeah, no, it's true, and it's been prized since ancient Egypt. That's the the furthest record we have of its use, and it's mining. Cleopatra had it. She used to grind up malachite powder and lapis powder and wear it as eyeliner. Don't recommend that, by the way. It's toxic in its powdered form. So wrapping that around your eyeball is not smart. This is not toxic.
No.
Malachite in its polished form is entirely safe for you, will never hurt you. But like if you grind it up into a powder and snort it and put it in your eyeballs, you're asking for trouble.
Yes.
So anyway, she didn't know. But that is a true story.
Somebody had to try it out for us to learn.
Listen, I'm the one who took purpurite and ground it up in Tucson and wore it as eyeshadow, and somebody was like, you probably shouldn't do that. So anyway, I only did it for a day, but it made a great eyeshadow, just for the record. So congratulations. You're trying to get in touch with your feminine side. You lost her somewhere. One of the so dancing is a really great way to get in touch with your feminine side. For me, it's always been belly dancing, but any kind of dancing that speaks to you. But working with archetypes is a really powerful way of reconnecting with the feminine. We're doing that right now in my online class called Apothecary. We're actually working with an archetype next month, Adrestria from the Greek pantheon, who's the goddess of revolution and revolt. She's the daughter of Ares and Aphrodite. So she's just like this really strong, badass, like stand up for what you believe in goddess. So we work with archetypes, but Shakti is my favorite archetype for reconnecting with your feminine. I know.
So congratulations, guys, on who got these. They're beautiful. Whenever I see malachite, I always think of my dad because he's the one that really got me into malachite.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that story about your dad and Malachite.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. My favorite online teacher, by the way, is there's a few of them, but Lena Gukina, Gukina. She's tribal belly dance, but she is an amazing online teacher. So you can find her on Instagram, and there's a few of them that I have crushes on, but she's my favorite. Now, speaking of things I have crushes on and my favorites, these generators, again, feel free not to purchase these this evening. Don't feel pressured. I'll take them all home. Do you want to tell a story about these, or want me to tell the story?
Oh, there's so many stories.
Wow.
These are Bolivian ametrines. And they're phantom Bolivian ametrines that
Generators.
Are,
Yeah.
but it's like, not only that, but if you look on the side here, they're trapiche.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see, again, remember we taught you about the trapiche or trapiche, the triangular hub and spoke formation. But so the long story short of this is there's only 4 of these. They're $399 each. I think we spent like 2 hours because I was cherry picking every single one, and finally it was just like, just stop. You know what I mean? Like, enough is enough, because I kept going, oh, but then there's this other one, and it's so much better than this one. So any one you get of the 4, I picked it for you. But can you tilt it down toward the camera? You can see into that pocket. Like, that's what's insane. So you can literally see the phantom formation where the smoky quartz, smoky citrine was growing, and then the amethyst overtook it, basically, and made like a window in the front of it. So this is amethyst, peace, balance, detoxification, citrine, wealth, abundance, manifestation. There's a little smoky quartz in there for clearing and transmutation.
But you can see into it from the bottom as well.
It's just holy shit. This is one of a kind. I kept one from the show because, and the story that they were telling me is this is crazy rare, and it has to be cut so precisely. Like, you know, when they're polishing and cutting, these are natural points, but when they do the polishing and cutting, they have to be careful not to take off the phantom lines.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So
If they took this down just a little bit too much, you're gonna lose all that magic on it. I mean, and it's like if you barely hit here or here, you're going to lose that formation and that window that you're seeing. And whenever you have a piece like this where it has a beautiful window inside of it, when you work with it in meditation and you gaze inside of it, you can really dive deep in there. And having it be ametrine, you're manifesting your own, you know, peace and, you know, purification of your soul.
So beautiful. So anyway, you know. And remember, you can use Affirm and Afterpay and stuff. So if there's something you really want tonight and you're like, well, that's $400, your first payment's going to be $100. And then it's every couple of weeks. I love me some Affirm and Afterpay.
Right?
I sure do. I mean, there's no downside. You know what I mean? It's just like, and they notify you when they're going to make your second payment. So it's like, oh, your second payment of your Sage Goddess invoice is due tomorrow, and then you know what I mean? So you can also do that too.
Kimberly, the reason why it looks brown, not purple, is because down here it's going to be all your smoky citrine, and then a little bit on the edge here, and then up on the trapiche points up at the top is where that purple is coming in.
Do you have the flashlight over there? And it's actually a purpley pink. There's a little bit of, for some reason, on these pieces, because I've never seen this with ametrine, but do you see the pinky kind of like mauve-y color? For some reason, the amethyst here picks up some of that, and it turns it almost like a pinky purple. Anyway, enjoy. They're all gone, but
I hope that helped clarify that purple for you.
And thank you for asking, because it gives us a chance to show the color. This next ring is one of my favorite rings we've ever done. Truly, truly, truly in the history of SG. It is such a beautiful protection ring, and a lot of you have asked us for spinel and garnet, because spinel manifests protection. And I mean, look at that. I love Etruscan design jewelry, which is sort of, you know, ancient, sort of looks like archaeological finds. And I love hammered metals, and I love two-tone, and I love anything that looks like kind of a shield. So you've got garnets at the 4 directions and black spinel in the middle. So again, spinel in general is one of the oldest minerals on the planet, one of the first to form 4 billion years ago. And it is so protective. really powerful for manifestation, super powerful for grounding. And then garnet, and these are pyro garnets, is for magic and love and grounding and root chakra and all of that. And these are adjustable too. They're only $89, but I only have 50 of them if you want the protection shield ring. Isn't that beautiful?
I love spinel because it's like it's one of the oldest stones on the planet.
Yep.
And so whenever you're wearing it, you're really like wearing that history. And to me, I believe that when you are wearing history like that, it's channeling your ancestors. It's channeling the history or like the people from the past, even if it's not in your own lineage, but from where it was mined, it's holding all of that knowledge. Yeah, I had it. So
I want to channel putting this in my purse. Isn't that pretty?
I wanted to channel putting it in my purse, so.
I'll give it back.
But no,
it's beautiful. Congratulations. They are adjustable. So Tesla, we'll show you the back of the ring because some of you may not have seen how our rings adjust, and they kind of all work this way. So you push those little leaves, you kind of push them together to make it smaller, and you pull it apart to make it bigger. It's super easy to adjust. And it's good quality sterling silver, so you can push it and pull it all you want, and it doesn't affect the integrity of the band. And I can tell you that because I wear our rings all the time, and I'm hard on my jewelry. I'm constantly, stones will fall out if the quality of my stuff is not good, and the things will bend. So you will love this ring. Doesn't it scream magic? I think you're so right, Misha. It's like, that is your queen protection ring. You'll wear it every day. It's not going to catch on anything. I'm also super picky about shit that catches on stuff. I don't like that.
To me, it's very like, it's a ring of the church to me.
Oh, I like that too.
So it's like, I could see like a cardinal wearing it.
It does kind of have that like, yeah, that it's regal. There's something kind of royal or like authoritative about it, and like given the fact that I love church anything. I do have a purse. I should do a what's in my bag video. My bag is kind of interesting. There's weird shit in my bag, as you might imagine. What's in the bag? We should have a contest. If you guess what's in my bag, you win a, because I make purses for Sage Goddess. So, Dragon Princess ring, I'm here for that too. You want to see the cage pendant? Do we have, we do have 4 of them left. So please get the cage pendant. You will not regret that life choice at all. We all had a moment with it.
Someone asked if you can switch out the stone in the center. You cannot.
No.
Because it's already so perfect how it is.
You cannot because you shouldn't. No, but we did have a cage pendant that was, you could open it, and so I get where you're going, but only 4 of these left at $79.
It's beautiful, like 90s jewelry design reference and the way cages. I could talk about it again. It's fine. You heard my
It's giving harness.
It is giving harness.
Okay.
I might like the harness.
I know. I enjoy harnesses. So yeah, you just have to say, let me just type it for you. Sold cage pendant. That's all you have to do, and we'll capture it. Okay. And congratulations.
Was there an elemental pendant left or no?
I didn't think there.
Okay, it's gone.
Oh, actually, there are 2 smoky quartz, 4 direction.
Yeah.
2. So if you have the smoky quartz, earth element ring, we have your matching pendant, but there's only 2 pendants left, and that one was $119. Yeah. So congratulations. Yeah. Thank you, Sunshine Girl, 1982. I see you. Yeah. There are no more rings. We only had 1 ring, but we do have the pendant, and that pendant is everything. That pendant kind of deserves to be worn by itself almost.
It does. I love the checkerboard faceting on it. It really makes the light just refract out of it so much. It just like glitters.
Yeah, the sun is setting here in LA, so it's kind of like the perfect time to show you that too.
And I love it because with the elemental symbols on the back and this being a quartz-based one, it's amplifying the protection of all of those elements.
Okay, so we're going to do a lightning round now because we have a few items we want to get through, and so and some of my favorite things of the entire show are still to come.
Always
like tanzanite bracelets. So we don't have very many of these. Right now, what I'm going to show you, there's a little bit of a story behind this one, so I don't want to take too long because we only have 12 of these. But we have 4-inch Look at this. Druzy celestite generators from Madagascar. I don't think we've ever had a generator. We've had spheres and eggs and hearts.
I think we did one time before, but
a long time ago.
and it's like we sold what we had because that's all. It's really hard to carve these into a generator.
That's right.
Because of the way how the celestite forms, even when it's here, it's so like where it attaches is a very fragile point because of the structure of it.
Yeah.
So when you carve it into a generator in these shapes, you're taking away the base foundation of it. So when you take away that base foundation, it makes it so it wants to just crumble.
We have 12 of these at $64. I don't want to interrupt her, but there's only 12.
Yeah.
And this was one of the first crystals I ever bought for myself because when I bought it at 16 years old in the mall, we had a Natural Wonder store.
I remember that
store.
store.
Do you remember that?
The one at PV.
Actually, the one I went to was at Delamo. They did have one at PV,
Yeah.
but I bought it at the Delamo store, which is right at the mall down here. And it was like such a big purchase for me, you guys. It was a really big deal. But I went and visited it before I bought it. It was like one of those things where you go and look at it, you hope it's still there. So I still have my original piece of celestite from back in the day, but it's for angelic and archangelic connection. So it connects you to the higher levels of energy, right? And ascended masters, and it just brings peace and beauty. And so anyway, congratulations. I don't even know what to say, except I would have really been so thrilled to have something like this when I was first experiencing celestite. And there's so many cool stories too about celestite mining in Madagascar that I could tell you because it's really beautiful where it is. It's hard to get into those mines.
Oh yeah.
So they'll put a candle down there to make sure there's enough oxygen because the spaces are so tight, and if the candle goes out, they don't mine it. So there's like a lot of really crazy stories. Anyway, congratulations. The next item I want to show you is a sound tool, and I love it so much. We had these made for Sage Goddess. If you're not familiar with tinctures,
that's
you
it.
just heard it. Ding. And these are they're bronze. What I'm going to tell you is I can't believe these are $27 for the tinctures, and they come in a box, so you can like gift them. So tinctures are these two bells connected by a leather cord, and you strike them together, and you can move them around your space. But this is a Tibetan sound tool. So in the monasteries, this is like calling you into ceremony. It's kind of like as a teacher, I used to, in college, when my students wouldn't pay attention, I would, flash the lights, and was my way of telling everybody to shut up and pay attention. So this is kind of like a very spiritual way of doing that. We're in ceremony space now, right, kids? So,
well, just the sound that it makes, because of the way how it's formed, and that sound that it makes, it attracts positive energy. So it creates a ceremonial space just by emitting that frequency, and it honors both the endings and beginnings. And so I really like that because it's on that leather cord that connects them.
It's a little mother of pearl button too.
It's like it's connecting the beginning and the end. And I mean, when you think about something where there's an end, there's another beginning. So it just really brings in that whole circle of life, basically.
It's cyclical. Yeah. I mean, it's sometimes we think about sayings like that, and it's like we say it all the time, and we forget. Like, you really can't have a new beginning without an ending. So
it really is, and the fact that there's a lotus on there as well, since the lotus also represents rebirth and the life cycle. It's like the sound, the tinctures themselves, that whole circle with the lotus. I mean, I can't really think of a better symbol to put on it.
I know. They're beautiful, and I love that they're bronze. They're heavy. So if you like bells are ceremonial in almost every culture, but that is one of my favorite forms of bells as chimes. Now, laser quartz. We only have 10 of these. These are double terminated diamantina laser quartz, and I bought these. I don't remember what show we were at. I think it was either Denver or Tucson. And I could not believe that we were going to be able to bring you 5-inch double terminated laser quartz points from Brazil for $89. Double terminated means it's naturally pointed at both ends. So remember that means it would have grown perpendicular on the cluster, the mother cluster, and that's unique. Most crystals are growing vertically. This would have grown horizontally at an angle. And so then they detach them from the mother cluster, and then you have a natural wand to send and receive energy, open, close circles, activate grids. Some of these have minor inclusions. Some of them have trigonics and record keepers on them. So $89, but I only have 10. These come from Diamantina, Brazil. Congratulations. Yeah, these are singing points. So if you played 2 of them together, you would, not that we have another one to play, but it's like a little bit of a ding. So congrats. Yeah. If you don't have a double term point from Brazil, they're so hard to find. Like literally, I went through all of Tucson. We didn't find any double term points to bring you from Brazil. So it'll be like one show I'll see them, and then I'll go another 2 or 3 shows without seeing any of them. So I know it is. And the laser quartz is said to have a higher vibration. It terminates more sharply. And so it's put in a separate category from like Lemurians, for example, which don't have the same termination.
But the thing is some of these even have slight Lemurian lines on them.
Yeah, no, I see it too. That's what I was going to say. I'm on the edge of saying they're Lemurian, but...
Yeah, I'm on the edge, but I can feel the
Yeah,
Lemurian
yeah.
lines, and I can slightly see them. But we're very careful about not calling something if we're not 100%
sure.
accurate.
Yeah, but you can see.
Yeah.
So, but they are all double terminated, so we were stoked to bring those to you. One thing you guys all wait for, because this lady makes them like nobody else, surprise bags. How does a surprise bag work? So you pay $99 and you get at least $150 worth of things. I've seen her make them where there's more, like $300 worth of things, and I'm like, really? Can you make me a surprise bag? And we, as you know, we have thousands of items here at Sage Goddess, everything from stones and carvings to jewelry, home decor, perfume, candles, you name it, bath, body. So you don't know what you're going to get. She makes sure it's full of things that you will love. We only have 50 surprise bags, yeah, at $99. And it comes in a reusable Sage Goddess shopping bag. And then my favorite story about that was that somebody had one of those bags in Trader Joe's, and she was busy looking at things, and I'm like, kind of standing there like, hi, you guys, Sage Goddess bag, and just know.
I know. The more of them that go out, I'm excited to start seeing them.
Right?
Sometimes I see, like, we do a lot of, like, jewelry that's
Yeah.
obviously very signature.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'll see, like, a Sage Goddess, like a magician's pendant. I'll see out places just from a distance, and it's just a cute little,
Yeah.
And
But I was standing there waiting for
But
something
you were
that
just
didn't
sitting
happen
there,
to me.
like, just you in the middle of the aisle blocking the Trader Joe's aisle.
so I'm
my
excited
God.
to announce for these ones, I got some new interesting things to play with.
Did you?
Yes, I did. I'm so excited. I have so many new interesting things for you for these bags. I have been working with Aziz the last couple of days to like really like be like, okay, these
And
are
now
gonna
I'm
be
like,
for the next
what
ones.
you got, baby? You don't have to tell us right now. Keep it a surprise.
You'll
Anyway,
see
you
when you get
will
one.
not be disappointed. She does it right, and there's no one I would trust more than her to do surprise bags. So, congratulations.
I'm
Okay,
excited.
I'm excited too. We have shield rings. We have 17 of the garnet and spinel shield rings left. Don't miss that ring. You'll be sad if you do. We almost never repeat a jewelry design here at SG because we are already 6 months out on our planning for jewelry, so our pipeline is already, predicted.
At Sage Goddess.
We love making jewelry and we do it far in advance. So this ring is one of my favorites of all time. Like I told you, $89 for black spinel with all the garnets, and you will not regret that purchase. You will love that so much. So you can just say sold, protection ring $89, and Team SG will note your purchase. Aw, thank you, Tesla. She says, Robin, you are truly a queen with these. I'm addicted.
Thank you.
Yeah, well, who wouldn't want a surprise bag? I mean, I like to be surprised. I still get surprised at my own building. Like, oh, we have that? Wow. I had no idea. I'm not always surprised, but there's still things that sneak in here without my knowledge, so congrats.
It's dangerous to come around my section. I find people that work here just hanging around my desk a lot because I have so many things that I'm just
There's
like,
always cool shit where she is.
and I'm always like, no, that's going to somebody. I don't know who
Literally
it's going
true.
to yet, but I know it's going to somebody.
Yeah.
I always Robin means she's talking to me because I try to steal her things for surprise bags. For giveaways.
And
And then
giveaways,
she's like,
yeah.
no, you can't have that. I'm like, that's rude.
Yeah. No, but
But it's okay,
Can
it's
you
for you
imagine having to
guys.
guard dog her space? Like,
No,
I would not
I
want
couldn't
that to have to
do
do
it.
that. Like, people would be snickertons
We
all the
need that
time,
camera.
and I would no.
That's why I have an Aziz.
Yeah, but yeah, he's less of the gatekeeper, I think, than you
Aziz
are.
is a very kind man.
know.
Aziz is giving gentle.
If I saw Aziz, I'd be like, oh my God,
sweet.
can you help me get that down from up there? Sees Robin come in the warehouse. I'm like, stop, Aziz, stop, don't do it, don't do it.
Don't tell him it's for me. Don't tell him it's for
I
me.
didn't really want it.
Oh,
She will
gosh.
legit tell you no. Aziz will be like, you know,
Be like, I don't think.
He'll be like,
I
he'll be
don't
like,
know.
I don't know. I need to ask Robin.
bless you, Aziz.
Love
You're a good
Aziz.
counterpoint. By the way, that with your nail, for whatever reason, I'm just here for it. I just think it's with your nail polish. It's kind of exciting. Okay. We have one wandlet. Do you remember these? This is my friend who designs these wandlets, and they're little functional wands on a chain. So it's a pendant, but you can use it to open and close circles, send, receive energy, activate grids. This one is Aqua Aura quartz with zircon and amethyst. And I think that's a Veracruz. Is it not, or is it Brazilian? Looks Veracruzy, doesn't it?
No,
it's Brazilian.
it's Brazilian.
Yeah. So that's for purifying your auric field, manifestation and protection, and then peace and balance. It's $299 for the wandlet.
Kimberly, it's a new surprise that I'm adding to the surprise bag. You didn't miss it. I didn't tell you. But it's going to be awesome.
I don't even know what it is. But that makes it exciting. Yeah. And like I said, if she says it's good, she says it's good. Sunshine Girl adds Sezzle for payment. What's that about? Why would I want that one? I mean, I want to look into it, but like, tell me more about it. What does it do that the other ones don't do? I'm very curious. Because we're always looking at like new payment options for sagegoddess.com. So if there's one that you really like that we don't have, I would love to hear about it. Okay, so congrats on your surprise bags. Congrats on the laser quartz. Congrats on the wandlet. We have, isn't that cute? Some of you collect the wandlets, and I don't blame you because, like I said, it's so cool to have a pendant that's functional, so you don't have to pack a wand. I mean, I travel and do ceremony a lot in different places and things for different people, and it's nice when the tools I need to do magic and ceremony are on me as jewelry. So anyway.
Oh, Tess, I'm so glad you like that Flore elephant. I've been holding on to that for such a long time, and I was just like, okay, this is the right time.
Yay. Team SG, will you make a note about Sezzle for us to look into that as a payment option? I would really appreciate it.
No.
Klarna, I think we may
It's a
have
no-brainer
Klarna,
for me.
but I don't know about the other one, but I'll check on that one too, Tammy. I appreciate it. So the wandlet is here. If you would like it, you can just say sold wandlet. That was the Aqua Aura, Zircon, and Amethyst. Sold wandlet $299 if you would like that one. This is the Tanzanite bracelet. Tanzanite, again, I could go on all night. I can't believe these are $59 for Tanzanite. Like, that's insane.
I thought it was going to be over 100.
I seriously thought it was going to be like $150.
Yeah.
So looking at the price, I was like, Tanzanite comes from Tanzania, Africa. It's one of the Synergy 12 stones discovered at the base of Mount Kilimanjaro after a major storm in the 1960s. So it's relatively new. The production, mining, and distribution of Tanzanite supports the entire economy of the country of Tanzania.
It really does.
And it's so powerful for intuition and inner knowing and also learning to trust your intuition. So it's rarer than diamond. It's one of my favorite stones. My mom loved Tanzanite, so I always think of her when I work with Tanzanite. So congratulations. We only had 5. I feel really bad. They're all gone. But that was a good life choice with the Tanzanite bracelet. And well done to Team SG for getting those for you at a good price. We have 5 of Robin's super cute floating candle sets. The little copper bowl with the tea light and the shungite. Those were, I think, $29. So if you want one of her little magic floating candle sets.
Yeah, there were 24.
24. So if you'd like one of those, you can say sold floating candle set. So you get the little copper bowl with the shungite stone for purification. Copper conducts energy. There's a candle, and then which is made with Via perfume for abundance, and so you can say sold floating set 24, and we'll capture that. And then what else do I want to tell you about? We have one ametrine phantom portal generator left. Come on now. It's $399. Don't make me keep it. You know, they'll say it's my fault because I put an energy hold on it and I didn't want anybody to have it. But yeah, these should be more like $499, $599. So if you would like, this is the last of it, the amethyst or ametrine phantom portal generators. Don't miss that one. That is an amazing one. Yeah. Yeah, super fun. That little clearing bowl, it would be a fantastic gift, in my opinion. We have about 24 sets left of the tinctures. So if you liked those bronze chimes, I have those. And those were $27 each. And they come in the box. Again, to get people to pay attention, stop talking, come into ceremonial space, drop into a deeper state of meditation.
Accessible sound tool as well. Like
Everybody
obviously
can
sound
do
tool
it.
prices can get like high, I think too. I mean, like everyone can do it, and also just like because it's a metal, once you start talking about a bowl or something, those can get really pricey.
Yeah, that's a
So
good
it's
point.
just nice. They're what, $30 or something?
27.
Super nice if you don't have a sound tool, if you just want
Right.
to add another on like a decent budget.
Yeah. Our original price was $39, so it's really,
Yeah,
you know, and
it's
they're
good.
heavy. I mean, they're really
They
solid
are.
bronze. It's not like bronze over, you know, whatever. So, if you would like that. You want a rosary like mine, Sharon? Sterling silver with no stones. Okay. Noted. And what I love about mine is it's super lightweight. I've got it on backward once again, I think. Every time I take it off, I put it on. But I just, Mary's been really important in my family forever. And so Mary's important in my practice, and I just love having the rosary. But I'll make note of that. I don't know if you like this. Part of what I liked about this one when I bought it is that there's like space between the beads, so it's not just continuous. So I thought the design was interesting, but it's so light that I don't even notice I'm wearing it. So,
Well, I think having a little bit of a space between the beads is actually beneficial because when you're using them during prayer,
Yeah.
it's easier to really feel and make sure that you're not missing a bead.
yeah, kind of like when you're reciting a mantra with a mala or whatever with the guru beads. So
Exactly.
we can check on lariats. Right now I'm focusing on rosaries because it's kind of a specific design. But yes, if you're into lariats in general, I am too. And one of the things I love about lariats, they're really sexy. So if you ever wear a dress that's kind of open down the back with your hair up, you can take your lariat and wear it down your back, or you can wear it down the front and kind of tie. And I'm into like gemstone beaded lariats. So we'll see. There's a lot of things in the works, but I just wanted to know if the rosary would be interesting to you. So thank you for the feedback. Okay, now,
She made a good point. She's asking if you can make the rosary without the cross.
yes, yeah. Well, let's see how it goes at first, because it'll be like a change to kind of the traditional production. So let me see how it goes first, and then if this is popular, we could kind of customize it, because I can imagine a rosary type design with like a Adi Shakti symbol at the bottom, or like a prayer beads.
Because that's like, and there's other religions and cultures that would
Exactly.
stuff like strand of beads, and even that shape of like the necklace with the extending
It's
part of the
traditional in a way.
Yeah, and
That,
other
but
things too.
Also, what if you made them interchangeable? So depending on what you wanted to work
Today,
with.
it's a cross, and tomorrow it's
Come on.
whatever. That's
I mean,
I practice all the things.
exactly, and we're very. It's like one thing that I really like about here is
Yeah.
we're open to all different religions and all different
That's right.
spiritual practices, and we don't ever say one's better than the other
Yes.
or one's not good.
Planning a non-denominational
They all
Easter
come
at
from
the
the same
moment,
place.
so I love that.
They all come from the same place. Okay. Yeah, the rosary has to have a crucifix, but we could do something else as a non-traditional. Okay. All right. Now, and I want to say one more thing before we do our final thing for the tonight. If you have not gone to sagegoddess.com, I really recommend going. Can you show them on the product camera, because the lighting is just super pretty right now? I really recommend going for the Tibetan quartz, the Himalayan quartz. We have these for $3 for the size on the left and $5 for the size on the right. I've never seen this quality of Himalayan quartz ever, and it's the most powerful form of quartz for healing on the planet. I don't have an endless supply of it, so I want to make sure you saw it, and your code is HOLI for 24% off at sagegoddess.com today.
Oh, do they still get their powders?
They do. It's
So
kind of a
cool.
never-ending powder, though.
It's a never-ending.
Yeah.
I haven't played with one yet. They're so cool.
Yeah, no, they're super cool, but it's like the powder that never ends. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, you still get powder. So you do still get a gift with purchase today. I mean, it's cute, but some of you are accumulating powders.
Powders, like you just
Well,
have
I'll
to
try to give you different colors.
collect all 4 or 5.
You can use it as makeup. It's very 80s.
Cool.
Yeah, if you want to do like eyeshadow or like, tribal
Maybe
lines
we
or
should
whatever.
show them what we're talking about.
Yeah, you can.
You guys, there's still 9 surprise bags left.
What? Go, comment. Sold surprise bag. Okay.
I'm excited to make them for you guys.
This is the powder on that street that you get for free, guys.
Yeah, so Holi is the Hindu festival that celebrates life and color and light, and we imported, these are actual holy powders from India. So in India, like, I did this thing when I was live the other day, like I put the pink and the yellow and the green and the blue and stuff, like everybody is covered in all of these colors by the end of the festival, but like you can use it as makeup, you can, but traditionally it's like by the end of the day you should have all these colors all over your hands. And when you look at your hands, it's a reminder that, like, this is a beautiful world, right? There's color and there's intensity and there's energy and life. And it's a fantastic celebration. So we have 4 different colors. We have red, pink, gold, and green. And then we made a cute little label for it, and you get one of those as your gift. And I think today is the last day because Holi was day before yesterday, I think? Yeah. So, okay. The last item of our show is a giveaway. We always start with a giveaway and we end with a giveaway. It's our way of saying thank you for being here with us tonight. And I think this is lavender opalite, and I remember when we found this bracelet. It's sterling silver. Opalite is for business success. And I think the purple is my favorite color, so I just think the lavender is beautiful. Opalite is man-made, but it has opal in it, and so it's a fusion. But it literally, I wonder if it would be better to show it without that bright light on it, because it kind of takes away from the
delicate little color.
Yeah, I think that's probably better.
Yes.
So it almost looks like opalized amethyst, doesn't it? Like it has that same. But it is lavender opalite.
It's to me, it gives it a Garrisol look.
It does have kind of that like that etheric kind of.
We were helpful.
Yeah, I'll put it on just to show you, because I do like chunkier bracelets like this. But isn't that beautiful?
It definitely It's just real. It's just so nice. It's a gentle energy.
It's gentle, but it specifically is for business success. So if you're starting a new business or you're, growing a business, first of all, good luck. It's like the most exciting thing I've ever done in my life was create Sage Goddess and watch it grow, other than having children. And so, cheers to you. And
You need some help? You got it.
Isn't that gorgeous? So if you feel called to it, if you're working on a new venture or you want to work on a new venture and you are looking for a talisman to represent success in your new venture, I think that's the perfect one.
Great for like spring, like right after the spring equinox, we're all bringing new life and things.
Yeah,
Very
it is.
cool.
It's the season of new life. All the animals are pregnant and giving birth right now. I've got a bird's nest off my bedroom patio, and the mama bird is constantly going back and forth with their.
Cute.
And
Oh, that's so sweet.
So yeah, and congrats and cheers. May everything that you create be successful. I just had an instant hit on Marty S. Congratulations. She said, I need that. I started 2 businesses last year.
Oh, congratulations.
Aren't businesses like that? Start one, and then it's because we have offshoot businesses. We have part of Sage Goddess is in India, where we do a lot of jewelry production, and so it's like businesses they're like bunnies. You know what I mean? Start one, and then you have a second one all of a sudden. So cheers. May your 2 businesses be successful, and I hope you enjoy every minute of it.
Congratulations.
I promise to take it off. I have a small wrist, so this is going to fit you comfortably up to like I would probably say 7 to 7.5 inch wrist, which is good. I might need your help though. I got it on, but now I can't get it off. So, did you guys have fun tonight? It was so nice to have you here. Thank you for coming and enjoying the experience and bringing good energy to us. So, as usual, if you shop tonight, you're going to get a bill tomorrow. That's how it works. And you have 24 hours to pay your invoice, and then we ship your item to you. Remember that everything ships for free in the U.S., and it is $5 per item outside the U.S., and that will be reflected in your invoice. If there's anything left over, which there are a few items, Team SG will note that on the event page. You can still go in and say sold, 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 and they will capture your purchase and then invoice you tomorrow. And then we have Elder Council tomorrow. If you are in the Apothecary program, that is our once quarterly shamanic journey. Super excited for tomorrow's journey in particular. I can't tell you what it is. It's a surprise, but very divinely inspired. So looking forward to that experience with you. That'll be at 4 p.m. Pacific time. And then, and that's it for this week. Hope you're riding the eclipse wave well. I want to say thanks to Team SG, everybody behind the scenes, and Robin and Jared and Luis who've been in front of the scenes helping set up. And but it does take a whole village to make this come to you, including our product team who works so hard to help us source these beautiful things and make beautiful jewelry. So thank you to Bonnie for that. And all of the support team who's there helping you with your purchases this evening. We're super grateful. Cheers, everybody. Have a great evening.
Bye,
we love you.
guys.
Subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like it so you see more of this. And we will see you soon.